And how did it all begin? Incredibly, the first Lions tour was organised and funded by three men who played in England's first ever Test cricket match: opening bowler Alfred Shaw, opening batsman Arthur Shrewsbury and captain James Lillywhite. The 1888 Lions squad, then made up of 17 English, 4 Scots and 1 Welshman and a Northern Irishman, took a 46-day boat trip to New Zealand before heading to Australia. The Lions weren't alone on the boat. Also on board were 300 stoats and weasels, who were brought over to eliminate New Zealand's rabbit problem. The first ever Lions captain, Robert Seddon, died of drowning midway through the tour while sculling on a river. Andrew Stoddart, who was another of the cricketers there, took over and was the star of the tour. The next one was the first to get official recognition from the RFU against the newly formed Springboks. Although the Lions won the series and beat the Boks again 5 years later, in the 12 series since in South Africa, they've only won 2. New Zealand has proved an even tougher hunting ground, just the 1 series win for the Lions in 11 attempts, which came in 1971. And then there was that nail-shredding drawn series in 2017, only the second in Lions history. Only once have the Lions clinched a series after losing the first test, 1989, when David Campese's infamous ghost pass was pounced upon by Ian Evans. Before World War II, the Lions had a dark blue strip, which on the 1930 tour forced the All Blacks to play in all white. So in 1950, the iconic red shirts, white shorts and blue and green socks combination was born. It remains the symbol of the greatest alliance of adversaries in all of sport. To borrow the phrase from Jim Telfer, the Lions is Everest.
Good morning, this is the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT with Shebahn Aherne and former Chelsea striker Tony Cascarino.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, send help. It wasn't pretty, but Arsenal maintained their lead at the top of the tree this Christmas. They beat Everton 1-0 at Hill Dickinson Stadium.
Arsenal will be Christmas #1, and this year, to save him from tears, Arteta hopes that the Gunners can do something special. They're top at Christmas. Will they be top at the end of May?
Nobody knew his name until they put on the mask. Gyökeres's lone goal means Arsenal are top. Man City do the expected and beat West Ham 3-0. Any guesses? Who's had a hand in all the goals?
Goal number 149 in a City shirt for Erling Haaland. 19 Premier League goals this season. It is Erling Haaland with his second of the game. It's Manchester City 3, West Ham 0.
Guy is a freak in a real good way. It just had to be 149 goals in a Man City shirt. We'll get to that very, very soon. And also Liverpool beat a 9-man Spurs side 2-1. Arne Slot left a very, very happy man.
3 points is even more than a result. That's a win, and that's why what we tried, what we came here for, and that's what we got.
What a day in the Premier League. Lots to get into there and beyond. 03717 223344 is the number. 81089 if you want to have your say. You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Good morning. Tony Cascarino, how are you this morning, my friend?
Yeah. Bit of a sore throat, but I'm okay. I'm good. Watched a lot of football yesterday, Shebahn, and I've got to say, I know we're probably going to talk a lot about the main games that were on yesterday, but the first 45 minutes of Spurs-Liverpool, I thought was the poorest, it just didn't feel like Spurs-Liverpool game.
Yeah.
It was, nothing happened.
Nothing.
It was a real bore fest. It really was. It was a game that, I mean, look, it gets going in the second half, they're sending off, so it gets a bit dramatic and chaotic, as you'd expect in a game between Spurs and Liverpool. But Liverpool don't come out of this scot-free. I didn't think Liverpool played well at all yesterday.
Really?
Well, you can't believe with 9 men, you're up against 9 men. The only team that looked like scoring was Spurs.
Yeah. Yeah, Spurs did have a lot of chances.
And look,
it's a crazy game.
The injury to Isaac as well was an issue. I mean, you sort of feel for somebody when, you're trying to find your form and show what you did at Newcastle, and then you get a great goal.
Pain, didn't he?
Yeah, and then get injured in the tackle. By the way, I thought it was a pretty poor challenge of Van der Ven.
Yeah.
I thought it was a poor challenge.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. I mean, a number of games yesterday to really get going on, starting yesterday at St James's Park, but also just to mention now, if you have just joined us, Australia have won the Ashes. I'm thinking about the amount of people who are heading out there now.
Yeah.
For the 4th and 5th tests, oh God, what a waste of money in a way.
Isn't
What
it
else
one
have
of
you
the
experienced?
I think it's one of the shortest Ashes series, isn't it?
Yeah.
3-0, quite comfortable. There's always going to be a lot of fallout from things like this when you lose 3-0. There'll be lots of questions. I'm sure we'll go through the papers a bit later, and there's a lot of cricket in there. And it's not down to one thing. There was a number of things that didn't work for England, whether it was their bowling or their batting, and just it seemed like every time England got something going or there was a good spurt happening, it changed within an instant.
Yeah. All over in the Ashes for England. Like we say, a lot of people heading out there as well for it. We'll be feeling pretty depressed with that. You sound rough, by the way.
Do I?
Yeah.
Do I say that bad?
Well, I don't know.
No, I don't feel rough. I just feel my throat was a little bit sore last.
Sounds quite good at the same time. Like your voice sounds good.
Husky. Christmas husky voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel all right. I don't feel unwell at all.
Well, you look rubbish, mate.
You always put me in my place, Shebahn, don't you? You always
I mean it in the nicest way. Nicest way. I couldn't get...
Well, this gig of early weekends is quite draining, because I watched 3 football matches yesterday.
And you don't nap, do you, on the weekend?
Very rarely.
See, I napped yesterday.
Rarely.
Had a quick nap before my sisters came round. We got in the lash.
I just feel like I get to the end of... Well, by the time the Everton Arsenal game ended, that's me done. I'm in bed and...
Of course. There's nothing else you can do. You're spent.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Well, I'm glad you're with us today and soldier on through. Somebody get him a fisherman's friend.
No, I've got my Lemsip.
Oh, you need to put honey in that. It's not just enough to have the Lemsip.
Yeah, I quite like it. It's got paracetamol in this. But I feel fine. I don't feel unwell at all.
You'll be sleeping at 8 o'clock. Cracking day yesterday in the Premier League. Here's how it all sounded for you live here on talkSPORT.
Tony ball into the 6-yard box, and has it gone in? It will do now! Nick Voltamana gives Newcastle United the lead. Gordon now will have a chance maybe to take on Neto. He does, right footed. Swings a dangerous ball in. Voltamana! And the double for Newcastle United. Right, they've lined up the free kick. Everyone's happy. 5 in the wall. Reece James right footed and in. It's a brilliant free kick from Reece James to pull Chelsea back into this game. Gordon trying to get there. He's barged out the way. Really no attempt to play the ball that time from Chalobah, and the referee Andy Madley not interested as it goes out of play. João Pedro in the box. João Pedro equalises for Chelsea. They've come from 2 down midway through the second half.
If they'd have done that in the first half, they'd have probably been leading the game by now.
Lovely ball in bounds on the volley. Oh, what a chance! What a chance!
Well, you thought the net had rippled. It actually rippled from behind rather than in front.
Now, heading to Christmas, having shared the spoils at St James's Park. Full time, Newcastle United 2, Chelsea 2.
Great game, by the way. Chelsea coming back from 2 goals down thanks to a Reece James free kick. João Pedro making the most out of a defensive error by the Newcastle players at the back. We can hear now from manager Eddie Howe. He said that he was disappointed his side have yet again dropped valuable points.
Yeah, we're working on that tirelessly and continuously, and we'll have to do some more. I think the free kick changes the game today, and that's a moment from Reece James at highest quality. Yeah, we're working on that tirelessly and continue from that range, and we'll have to do some more. I think that changes the game. That gives them renewed hope. I think the free kick changes the game today, and that's a moment from Reece James at his highest quality from him. We know he's capable from that range. I mean, he was a long way out. I think that changes the game. That gives them renewed hope, and we made a mistake for the second goal, a couple of little errors in the build-up to that, but I still think we were trying to attack, and the chances were there to win the game.
We spoke about consistency yesterday. Aaron Ramsdale had spoken to talkSPORT saying it's, trying to be consistent in the Premier League. Still not getting it quite right, though, yesterday, Cass.
No, and look, I mean, Newcastle come out of the blocks brilliantly. Valdemada took his goals, especially the second one. A great finish, real technical, just looks and picks a spot and buries it. It was a problem after 45 minutes for Maresca yesterday. Yeah. Because he had to turn the game round, and they did. And he's right. Eddie Howe touched on it, the free kick, which was a great one by Reece James. Played midfield again, Reece James, certainly for a period in the game. Always got to delivery. There's a slip, isn't there, for Pedro? Yeah, Pedro's goal. Newcastle will be really disappointed they didn't get a pen. Because Shalabar's challenge, that is one of them. He's just literally barged Anthony Gordon. Literally, to me, it's a pen, and I'm pretty fit. I always feel it has to be an absolute stone wall for a penalty for me. I think there's too many soft penalties.
Why was it not?
Well, obviously VAR had looked at it, and the referee said no, and from there you've got two people, one obviously at Stockley Park and one on the pitch who haven't made the call. Yeah. I thought it was a penalty because I don't know where Anthony Gordon can go there. When you get, it's say a barge, it's literally you're colliding with a player in the back of him. Mm-hmm. That the only he's not gone. If you see the penalty that obviously, that Romero with a goal with Ekitike yesterday, where he's literally thrown himself to the ground over a slight touch. If you compare the impact of what Shalabar did on Gordon, I think it's completely different. Yeah. And look, Chelsea have got away with one there, but fair play their second half performance because first half, totally not at the races, Chelsea.
VAR called it shoulder to shoulder.
No, I don't see that at all.
Yeah, it was a wipeout.
Yeah, it's literally taking him out. There's no way Anthony Gordon can stand on his feet there and shoulder to shoulder. No, it's not.
Here's Enzo Maresca speaking about that decision after the game.
I also felt that referee gave us yellow card. Same action didn't give them 2-3 times yellow card. So it's point of view.
Yeah, you seemed incredibly frustrated by the referee at times today with a lot of 50-50 decisions you felt were going against you.
Yeah, because again, the foul is the same. One is yellow card, the other one is non-yellow card. So it's just a matter of that.
Enzo Maresca found himself on the end of a yellow card as well.
Yeah, well, they were quite common, weren't they? There was a few reds later on in the day. But look, it was a terrific game in the second half. It was a bit ding-dong. And both teams reflect their seasons, the indifferent spells, not the consistency of teams that are going to make Champions League quite comfortable. Newcastle have been a Champions League team, so Chelsea quite regularly. The inconsistency of their performances was there. It was evident yesterday. That is the game. Newcastle keep dropping points, and Chelsea have been, you look at their form of late, neither team are having, a good number of victories. So I thought it was a fair reflection of the way they've played over the last few months. Yeah, it
ended 2-2 at St James's Park yesterday afternoon here on talkSPORT. Also, Bournemouth-Burnley got a 1-1 draw, as did Brighton and Sunderland. That was a goalless draw. Man City whooping up West Ham 3-0. Brentford beat Wolves away. And of course, we'll get to Liverpool Spurs shortly and the games last night. You're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Morning. magical. It's Tony Cascarino. Doesn't really work, does it?
No, not really.
Oh, well.
I didn't see any of the darts yesterday.
That's too much blooming football.
Yeah.
2 8 o'clock games. It's like,
yeah.
Just go drink more wine.
The 12:30, all the games in the afternoon. Then you get the 5:30, then the 8 o'clock. Yeah.
It was jam-packed. Absolutely rammed is what it was. By the way, Darts Chiefs. Who are the Darts Chiefs? Like, who has that as a title? What do you do for a living? I'm the Darts Chief.
Right.
Darts Chief have issued an SOS to get more beer delivered. They're fearful that fans at the World Darts Championship at Ali Pali will drink the place dry. They're set for a record 600,000 servings to be downed. What?
Right.
See, you go to the darts, you don't watch the darts, you just go for the crack.
Yeah, well, it sounds like just go along for the sing-song and then every now and again you'll cheer and you'll hear a 180 and everyone everyone hits a 180 in their first 3 darts and it's like, yes, and then goes, yeah. I mean, it's a great build-up.
It's good fun. Yeah, I think if you're there, I'd love to go for the night out, for the experience. Yeah. But if I want to watch the darts...
Would you dress up? You dress up as well?
What would you go as? You've got
Popeye. That'd be my outfit.
Right.
Because I did that at a Christmas party at Celtic and the Celtic fan said to me, you forgot your spinach. I literally got that line, where's your spinach? You ain't had any since you've been here.
I love this.
So Popeye would be my one.
There you go, you're going to Ali Pali. How's it been this year? I mean, other than the Wasp, that seems to be taking all the headlines as well. And of course the darts have been great. Former champion Michael Smith, he was knocked out in round 2 by Neil Sonnefeld last night. Stephen Bunton made it through to round 3 with a comfortable 3-0 victory against Kumar, and there was also wins for Andrew Gilding, Ryan Searle and Andreas Harrison. Today's double session sees reigning champ Luke Littler continue his defence for the title against Welshman David Davies. Gerwyn Price also back in action as well. And don't forget, talkSPORT 2 has every single session from the Ali Pali this Christmas. You can also watch it on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel for all of our coverage from Ali Pali coming up for you today. Let's go back to yesterday, Cass, then. Some of the games we can get stuck into. Let's go to Man City 3, West Ham 0. Erling Haaland, I mean, that guy's had his spinach. It's ridiculous.
There's one, do you know what makes me laugh about Erling Haaland? If you watch his 2 goals yesterday, they are just simple tap-ins, right? But the biggest thing you can... the one that on your learning curve as a striker is knowing where... And I wasn't very good at this in my early part of my career. I got better as I got older. Is knowing where balls finish up, where you might just have a simple tap in. You'll make a run somewhere, just knowing. Erling Haaland does that all the time. Where things drop, okay, the first one makes a save, but the rebound comes and he hits it in again. But the second one, it's just being in a place where things happen, and he's got a simple tap in again. And he does that brilliantly well. Without his threat of pace and his aerial, his speed to get him into position to get goals, he seems to know where things drop. That's I played with a good few strikers that were really good at that. I'd say probably John Aldridge was the best, because John always seemed to find that type of goal where something would develop one way and suddenly the ball's ended up in another position and Aldridge is just finishing it off.
Yeah.
John done that brilliantly all his career.
Yeah, and even though he makes it look so easy, sometimes...
He does. You'd be
get that right.
People would go, how does he get 25 goals? How does he get 30? I mean, I remember chatting to Dean Saunders on air one day, and he was telling me about his son. I think he was at Crewe or somewhere like that, his son. And he said he literally talked him through rebounds off goalkeepers, about how to get 5 goals a year just off of rebounds. If you just run at the goalkeeper when someone shoots, you might run 100 times and 95 of them you got nothing, okay? But you'll get 5 where you'll get a tap in because it rebounds off the keeper and you just slot it in. And everyone goes, I have simple tap in. Well, he's made the run. So you're trying to instill that into younger players. I talked to my son who plays striker about similar scenarios where just look, if you follow that ball, the shot in, and it drops, you'll have a tap in. And I didn't do that in my early years as a player. I didn't do it enough.
Haaland, absolutely sensational from him again.
Shirky was brilliant as well.
Yes.
Technically, just such a, he's He's looking like the De Bruyne type, Shebahn.
Yeah.
You know, the player that can do things that not many players can do. He looks like that.
This is the thing. I know we're going into Christmas and Arsenal are top of the table and they will be for Christmas. But Pep touched on this yesterday. Let's hear from him now because he thinks his side still have an extra gear in them.
We are in a good place, I'm saying, but I'll be honest, I could say, everything is perfect. No, we have to do better. They defend in one different way, that, for example, they defend different than Crystal Palace. So the spaces to attack are different, the spots are different. You have to occupy, you have to do better, and today we didn't do that. That's why it made me sad. No, I'm so happy, I go home, I'm ready, but the margin made me realize the margin to improve is still massive. If you want at the end, March, April, fighting with the big clubs in Europe, with the big teams in the Premier League, you have to win the titles. Otherwise, it will not be enough.
I mean, he's saying that they're not going to win the title unless they improve on that 3-0 win over West Ham. I thought they looked good yesterday. I think they'll win the league.
I can see why Arsenal fans are very nervous because he's reinvented City with players coming in. Performance levels, Haaland's goals are just ridiculous every week. It's like, wow. You know, we joked yesterday, didn't we, with Coral and Simon Leclerc. You know, we just talked about he's threes on to score at any time, which is like such a ridiculous short odds for a goal scorer. And yet he's ended up with a brace. Look, City are going to be a threat. I just got this feeling that Arsenal are going to keep grinding and grinding and grinding.
Yeah.
Like they did last night. The 1-0 win at Everton. I just think they're going to keep doing that. And it might end up coming the heads up against the two of them where it could make a massive difference.
Yeah.
It could easily do that because I do think Arsenal will grind many games and get over the line in many, many matches.
See, I just think City will do the same. But City know how to win. They know how to chase. They know how to win.
Yeah, look. I think it makes it a much more appealing Premier League title race than it did sort of 6 weeks ago. But Arteta will know. He was at Man City. He worked with Pep Guardiola. He knows the quality of that football team. So he'll know what they're about. But Arsenal, the only reason they didn't win the league in years gone by is because they basically capitulated. Under the pressure and with a lot of injuries. They had many, many games towards the end of the season where they had loads of injuries and they just couldn't see anything over the line.
And they've got that now. They've got injuries now. Here's what's coming up for you here on talkSPORT today. 10 o'clock this morning. The Sunday edition is here. Henry Winter alongside Sean Custis at 12 o'clock. Max and Barry on the warm-up. Taking you through to Sam Matterface going around the grounds on Game Day Live from 2 o'clock this afternoon. All of the goals from the Prem and beyond. Of course, got that 4:30 game today. Villa against Manchester United. Looking forward to that. Lots of the darts over on talkSPORT 2. Ali Pally sessions at 12:30 and 7 o'clock. And then we've got NFL football tonight. Jacksonville Jags take on the Denver Broncos. And Madge and Pards here taking all of your calls on the final word at 6:30. And then you've got Danny Kelly on the Trans Euro Express at 9. That's everything coming up for you here on talkSPORT today. If you've got plans, download the talkSPORT app. You can take us anywhere with you. Coming up next, we'll look back to yesterday's Premier League action. Right, one of you out there have a Kylie fetish. She's never been the Queen of Christmas. Why are we trying to make Kylie the Queen of Christmas? It's Mariah. She's Queen of Christmas this year, apparently. Obviously, you fancy her, baby Gabs, and know your game. Yeah. Apparently, this was Christmas number 1.
Oh, is it?
Wait, this is.
Well, it's
Christmas
different now. They do number ones now, isn't it? Like as in downloading.
So sorry, Kyle.
You know the downloads. They do them now. It's so different.
This is Christmas number 1 now.
Right.
I've never heard of it. I thought it was an old song.
No, I don't know it.
Don't you dare call me grandma.
I've heard it. Anyway.
All right. Let's just give it another minute, because I'm struggling this morning, troops.
Certainly not.
Kylie Minogue, she's Christmas number 1. Fair play to her.
What is Kylie now? How old is Kylie? 55?
She looks unbelievable.
Yeah, she looks.
Let me get an age for you, Kylie.
I think she's. No, maybe. She must be 57, 58, something like that.
She's 57?
Yeah.
She is a 10 out of 10. Look at her. She's absolutely stunning, isn't she?
Yeah, she's
looks so well.
Been around a long time. Fair play to her. She's battled through illness and everything.
I know.
Fair play.
And now she's the Queen of Christmas.
Yeah.
Fair play to you, Kylie Minogue. Some of your other headlines this morning. World number 8, Chris Dobby, was beaten in a shock defeat to Andrew Gildon in the second round of the World Darts Championship. Alexander Isak will be evaluated after he came off injured in scoring in Liverpool's 2-1 win versus Spurs yesterday. We touched on this, Cass. Bit of a nightmare for Isak. Looking like he's picked up a bit of a sore one.
Yeah. Look, it just seems everything that's happened to him this year has just not worked for him. And look, a great finish. Everyone knows his qualities. If you ever watched him enough at Newcastle, you saw what a quality player. I remember watching the cup final when he played against Liverpool for Newcastle. You know, I'm sure the centre-halves went in afterwards. What a player he is, by the way. Mm-hmm. And I think if he can get going and get his up-to-speed fitness, there will be a different. I'm not writing him off at all, because I do think there's we've obviously seen a fantastic player in there. Yeah,
of course we've all seen that. Challenged by Van de Ven, just as he scored yesterday on Isak, and then he hobbled off. Also, in other news, Brighton's disappointing December run continues. They played out a goalless draw against Sunderland in the Premier League. Their top scorer, Danny Welbeck, missed the game with a back issue, and after the game, Fabian Hurtzler was asked how big a miss he was.
If you play 0-0, it's a perfect question, because I don't have a lot of answers that are right to this question. So that's why I think we had enough chances to score. I think it's a lot of theory to say now if you would have Danny Welbeck, we would have scored a goal. So that's why I was pleased with the players who were on the pitch. And of course, Danny Welbeck is always helpful.
Yeah, he's always going to be a huge miss, isn't he?
Well, he is, especially the last couple of years. Danny Welbeck's done brilliantly.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, selfless in every way. He's always chipped in. Every club he's been at, he's done well and been through some terrible injuries. We talked about injuries before with Isak, and Danny Welbeck had some really bad ones, serious ones along the way. But and in the twilight of his career, he's become really important for Brighton.
Yeah, no Dunk yesterday, no Van Heck, no Baliba, who's gone to AFCON. It was going to be a tough one for them. So to take a point from Sunderland.
Well, Sunderland, a good side. You know, many teams, again, saw Sunderland win at Chelsea. Mm-hmm. Good side. Make it difficult for you. Know what they're doing in many different... Look, they had 5 AFCON players.
Yeah.
Left the club, Sunderland. So, you know, they showed that they've got depth in their squad to go and get a result at Brighton.
No wins in December for Brighton. Would you be concerned about that?
Not really, no. I think they'll come good again. They're just above mid-table. Ursula's done a decent enough job there. I think if Brighton can get their best 11 out on a regular basis, they'll give everybody a game.
Yeah.
They're that sort of side. But, yeah, they're struggling a bit at the moment. But I wouldn't have any concerns about Brighton at all.
9th in the Premier League.
Yeah.
How was your jelly baby that you just
lovely. I do love a
smashed
jelly
in your
baby.
gub? See the guys here overnight.
They have everything.
We have all their sweets. You've got everything here. See these ones?
I think I needed a sugar burst, that was all.
Well, you've got sugar here, no doubt about it. Refreshers. Yeah. When was your last time you had a refresher?
No, I was looking at that. I had the Love Hearts earlier.
These would take your teeth clean out.
Yeah,
What's
I know.
your
They're
turkey
not, I know. They're not great
you
for...
can have them. The kids try and eat them. I'm like, put them down. Take your teeth clean out. My son, actually, he's got his adult tooth coming through whilst the baby one's still there.
Right,
Are you concerned about that?
I don't know. You need to see a dentist. I'm not a dentist, Shebahn. Asking me. He's like...
Breaking news. You could have fooled me. Let's go back to the game at Elland Road last night. So Leeds pick up a huge win over Crystal Palace. It was live on talkSPORT 2. What about Dom Calvert-Lewin extending the scoring streak to 5 Premier League games? He got another 2 last night.
Yeah.
What happened to Crystal Palace? Glasnow's got this wrong.
Okay. Well, look, they played midweek and they made loads of changes in Europe in midweek, Palace. Then they've got back to their more players that play more regularly. So they went out with a much stronger lineup yesterday, but Pienaar didn't play particularly well. Eddie Nketiah didn't play particularly well. Mateta was sort of non-existent. So Palace tied. But they've been done for the first 2 goals, long throw-ins. And it's been flicked on twice. And Calvert-Lewin's on the end of the set. As it's been flicked on, he's on the back post twice to get 2 goals. And they've gone quite direct. They went very big in the summer on the stature and physique of their players. And I just thought it was, and I did say on the weekend, before the weekend come, I said, it's going to be a hard one, this one for Palace, because, okay, they made changes in Europe, but I just felt Leeds would be they're really going direct, Leeds, at times.
Yeah.
And Calvert-Lewin has stayed fit. No, every ex-punter I know, or pundit I know, said the same thing as me. If he stays fit, he is one of the best headers of the ball. Yeah. He's got one of the best leaps. If he stays fit, he'll get goals. He'll get a number of goals. I don't think Calvert-Lewin's ever going to be a 20-goal-a-year man. He's had one really good season at Everton where he got a lot of goals, one particular year. But in general, I would say he's between a 1 in 3, 1 in 4 man in games and goals.
Yeah.
And look, from the outside already, and we're seeing him play week in, week out now. And with that belief, Calvert-Lewin's an handful. So if you look at, and I touched on this last week, Beto and Barry at Everton, they've got 2 goals. Now Calvert-Lewin's got 7 on his own, and they've got 2 strikers that they've spent 50 million on, have got 2 between them, 2 Premier League goals between them.
I also felt, though, that he did have to leave Everton, and when
yes, it was time for him to go.
Yeah, a new chapter. And he also spoke about the injuries that he's had and now really understanding his own body and all the changes that he's made to his everyday life. Like his pillow, his mattress, all of these things could have been contributing to why he was so hampered by injuries.
I went to do a piece last year about Calvert-Lewin at Brighton when he was at Everton, and I went there, and he came off after 12 minutes. So I was thinking about a piece, and I had to change my idea because I didn't want to do a piece on just 12 minutes. And I looked at his shape of his body, and it looked like a guy that had been in the gym too much.
Too big.
Well, he looked. Sometimes you shape. If you're going to the gym all the time, you're doing leg weights and you're doing upper body, and he kept getting injured.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if he's changed his work ethic around his training. But he doesn't look as bulky as he once was. Because last year I came in and I was watching him because at Brighton the press are very, very close to the dugouts. So I'm really close to Calvert-Lewin watching him, and I'm thinking his body's a gym body more than a footballing body. Not as flexible.
Interesting.
And I don't know. I'd love to know. I'd love to ask him the question: have you changed your training program at Leeds? And kept away from that gym, because one thing that players do all the time, if they're injured, they're always in the gym to keep fit.
Yeah. In fact, Ali McCoist, I'm sure, was touching on that very recently as well, about when you talk about the players being back in the gym and actually you should be resting.
Yeah, well,
and let it recover, and then do light loads kind of thing.
Well, yeah, you can do. I mean, I know that people like Ryan Giggs and many others have got yoga into their routines and stretching and making themselves way more flexible, which sort of, it stops you getting hamstring injuries and gets calf injuries. So the stretching part is really important.
Obviously.
Where if your gym, it's muscle, it's a different frame. And look, he's playing well and getting goals and playing football.
Yeah, so wrap yourself up in cotton wool, Dom Calvert-Lewin, but he's on great form at the minute. Fair play, by the way, to Daniel Farker. That's now 4 games without defeat. The gap between them and 18th place to West Ham is now 6 points. Farker was asked afterwards about distancing themselves from the relegation fight.
Yes, they can enjoy it right now. But it's always periods. We had a great start into the season, and also, although we had some good performance, a bit unlucky results, and got a bit more closer. This is what you have to expect as a promoted side. So we're on a good path, but nothing is achieved yet. With 19 points, we won't stay in this league. So for that, we have to keep going and to win many more points.
Huge win for Leeds last night at Elland Road, and also. You're looking at Crystal Palace, you're right, they're in 8th in the table. They've got such a busy schedule. I think yesterday it would have been, or the day before, Glasner was asked about looking at February. He's got something like 9 games in 27 days, something that.
I think just before the last game, so we're talking now, that it was yesterday, the last game before Christmas, wasn't it? I think they're on 29 games they've played. Palace, which is a huge amount of football, and they don't have a massive squad. Look, you don't score many times against Palace. They defend brilliantly well. Yesterday was a real bad day in the office. Yeah. But they'll be fine. They're sitting 8th in the Premier League, and I'm sure they'll bounce back from it.
Yeah, going good. And full credit to Leeds. What a performance from them yesterday. You'll be feeling happy about that. Leeds fans, coming up next for you on the Weekend Breakfast. We'll get into today's back pages and look back at some of the other games from yesterday. Good morning to you. Welcome along to the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. It's Shebahn Aherne and former Celtic striker Tony Cascarino. Do you know who I was speaking to yesterday?
Go on.
Amelia Beltrao.
Yes.
And she said get a load of this. They don't wrap presents in their house. They just...
Oh, well, give them the present.
They just don't wrap them. It's just like they're sitting there.
Yeah, I've never heard of that, but...
I went, what?
Everyone to their own, yeah?
I went, you're telling me Jackie Beltrow didn't wrap your presents? And she went, no. She said, like, we have a chair and our stuff just sit on the chair. And I was like, right, so you've never torn off the wrapping paper? And she went, no.
Yeah.
I went, oh my God.
So...
That's an absolute sin.
Well, I'm sure there's some people don't give cards now. You know, cards have disappeared, haven't they?
Well, because I can't write for toffee. I'd love to write you a card, but I'll send you a text.
What do you mean?
Just, I think, from the lack of writing.
What, your handwriting?
So poor.
Is it?
Even my daughter.
I honestly, without, generalising too much, women write much better than men.
See, Jamie's got beautiful handwriting.
Has he?
It's stunning handwriting.
Yeah, no, my missus' handwriting's way better than mine.
And you're a lefty as well.
Yeah, left-footed and left-handed.
Left hand, left. Oh.
Yeah, left and left. Yeah.
I'm right-handed. My twin sister's left-handed, and then all of my siblings were lefties. I was the only right-handed. Isn't that a bit weird? Like 3 in one family.
See, being the twin, tell us.
Better looking.
No, tell me, is there things intuition or?
I think there is.
Do you have things that are really weird with your sister? Like you go, that's really crazily weird.
I remember one day thinking something's going to happen to David Rusha. I think she's going to get in trouble, and she did. She did that day. She chapped my door at like 2 in the morning, and I was like, I knew this was coming. This was coming. Yeah, she's off her marbles though, so things like that happen a lot. But yeah, no, I feel that if Rusha's down about something, I'm down with her.
Right.
You know, it's like I
That's
can't.
sixth sense, isn't it? It's like crazy.
Feel for it, but she has my other half of like from the very, very first.
Who was born first?
Rusha. Like 3 minutes early.
Oh, so you're the egg.
Yeah. I'm the mistake. But yeah, how strange those who don't tear off the paper on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
I just think that's very bizarre, but fair play, each to your own. Some of your headlines this morning: the Ashes are now officially over. Nightmare. England's miserable tour has carried on with an 82-run defeat in the third test, leaving the Aussies 3-0 up with the 2 tests to go. Do you know anyone heading out there for this? The number of guys in the office who've put their savings and their everything they've been working towards to go out there now for the final 2 tests, and it's all over. Fair play. Christian Romero would not have been sent off in Tottenham's 2-1 Premier League loss to Liverpool if referee John Brooks did his job properly. That's according to Spurs manager Thomas Frank. He wasn't a happy chappy.
Yeah.
And you can kind of understand why, but what was Romero on yesterday? That was the biggest redneck I've ever seen in the Premier League.
He has got the switch, Romero, where he just will lose it in a moment. I mean, his yellow card record is extraordinary. He's had so many over the years and a number of reds, and he just loses it in a moment.
This faking it, Cass. I mean,
he just does daft things.
Look at that picture.
Well, that goal, Ekitike's goal, is that he's literally decided to go to the ground, failing, like making out he's got an injury, failing a foul, and you want your defender to defend it. Stand up and try and win the ball.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah,
I've said it before, but
this is an international, by the way.
Get up and get on with it. You're
an international striker, and I can't imagine some of the centre halves that I played with over the years that would ever attempt to do that. When the ball comes in, that you'll look for the slightest nudge and you'll just go literally like a tree. You'll go down, and it's ended up. Because he might think he's going to get a foul, because a number of the players around him and the keeper ask for a foul. They all put their arm up for a foul. It's like, that's not a foul. You've just collapsed. Like a deck of cards.
Only thing is with the second yellow, when he put his knee up, was it Kanate he put his knee up to?
Yes, yeah.
I didn't think that was in. Come on.
No, it's...
Get on with it,
Unfortunately...
Sending off?
Yeah. I mean, he'd been yellowed before, hadn't he? He'd had a yellow, so it was his second yellow. Just mad moment.
Yeah, even Richarlison, he kind of lost his head yesterday after scoring the goal. Anyway, we'll come to Spurs a little bit later on, but strange. Plenty of other stories, by the way, to have a wee read on talkSPORT.com. Get the kettle on and get your eyes across everything on the website. Here's Sean O'Brien with what you need to know.
It's happening on talkSPORT.com, and we've got a few football stories you might have missed. Find out which former EFL player has been caught up in a match-fixing scandal in Australia. Find out which Manchester United transfer plan might be off after yesterday's injury news, and read about the non-league club who are trying to leave the oldest football stadium in the UK. That's all over on talkSPORT.com.
Sean O'Brien, thank you very much. Focusing just on one of the other games yesterday. Bournemouth won, Burnley won. Burnley, a dramatic 1-1 draw at the Vitality in a pivotal Premier League game. Bournemouth took the lead in the second half through Antoine Semenyo, but deep into stoppage time. Fair play to them for bringing one back. Armando Broja headed home to earn Burnley a crucial point. After the game, Cherry's boss Areola spoke to talkSPORT. He said his side shot themselves in the foot.
That feel like 2 points dropped rather than 1 point gained?
Yes, definitely. No, when you see it so close, no. But when you don't kill the game, these things can happen. No, you concede in the stoppage time. I think we concede the set piece. There is a mistake there, but probably the biggest mistake is not to kill the game before.
So Burnley absolutely crying out for points. They got one yesterday, but that'll be seen as points dropped.
Because obviously with Leeds winning last night, the bottom three were a little bit adrift now. By the way, Semenyo getting his 8th goal or Premier League goal in the season. All the speculation around Man City that they're going to pay 65 million buyout clause. Great finish by him on his right foot, and they'll be disappointed. But Broja, a player there's another player. We talked about Calvert-Lewin. Broja, who was at Chelsea and went on loan to Southampton, Everton, and now at Burnley. Scotty Pocker obviously knew a lot about him over them period, and he's took him on. Good header. He needs to get going again because Broja's way better than we've seen, but he's another player that's suffered so many injuries in his career.
Yeah.
Too many, and a couple of bad ones, by the way, as well. But a good header yesterday. It gets whipped in quick, and he's onto it like a flash. So,
what about this Antoine Semenyo chat? Do you think that's going to happen?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
It's not worth a wee bit more than 65 million.
No, it's a buyout clause.
Oh, fine, okay.
So that's the fee. City will, if they just match that. And look, Guardiola has always loves loads of wingers. He loves to change. If you look over the years, how many wingers he's had at a football club who. And the thing that Semenyo's got, his upper body strength is great, and he's also great at defending corners and things like that. I've seen him a good few times. He wins a lot of flick-ons aerially as well, which you wouldn't expect being at City that's going to be needed as much. But he's a very good technical player. 8 Premier League goals so far this season. I think he was one that many clubs have looked at and would have paid good money for him. So
yeah.
He's done really well for Bournemouth.
Going to Bournemouth then, because they were pushing for those European places.
Yeah.
Again, it's fairly early in the season. Where do you think it's going wrong in terms of dropping points yesterday?
Well, Bournemouth were such a good side for so long at the start of the season. They went into, I've said numerous times, Bournemouth are frighteningly good when they're on it, but they don't have a squad. They don't have a big enough squad to compete week in, week out with a lot of their rivals. They lost a huge amount of players in the summer, and it's football is made of how many players you can bring on. If you can bring on 5 subs in a game, Shebahn, and your squad is not got the depth of others, they've got a massive advantage on you.
Yeah.
And if they occur injuries, that compounds the problem.
Yeah, I mean, if they are to lose Semenyo in January, they're also looking at is it Senesi? He's still leaving a free transfer.
Yeah.
As well.
They had the summer of a number going out the door. So I like Bournemouth. I like what the manager's done. How he plays. They always look like they want to get on the front foot and try and score. So there's lots of good things that have gone on in Bournemouth.
Yeah, they'll almost see at the moment that it's looking a little bit disappointing, but they overachieved almost, last season, didn't they?
Yeah, well, they've done that as a number of seasons. Yeah. That's what Bournemouth have done. You're a club that's got 10,000 stadium. There's a much bigger picture for Bournemouth. Progressing or just staying in the Premier League is still a great feat for them.
Yeah, huge. So a point for Bournemouth and Burnley yesterday in the Premier League. Coming up for you, we'll continue to look back on what happened yesterday. Arsenal, in the end, got a 1-0 win at Hill Dickinson Stadium against Everton. Did anyone actually stay awake for that? You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. I'm just kidding. Don't start crying, Arsenal fans.
The Lions. Real-life fantasy rugby. Bitter rivalries set aside in a quest to create the world's best team in weeks. There's nothing like it, but who on earth had the idea and how did it all begin? Incredibly, the first Lions tour was organised and funded by three men who played in England's first ever Test cricket match. Opening bowler Alfred Shaw, opening batsman Arthur Shrewsbury and captain James Lillywhite. The 1888 Lions squad then, made up of 17 English, 4 Scots and 1 Welshman and a Northern Irishman, took a 46-day boat trip to New Zealand before heading to Australia. The Lions weren't alone on the boat. Also on board were 300 stoats and weasels who were brought over to eliminate New Zealand's rabbit problem. The first ever Lions captain, Robert Seddon, died of drowning midway through the tour while sculling on a river. Andrew Stoddart, who was another of the cricketers there, took over and was the star of the tour. The next one was the first to get official recognition from the RFU against the newly formed Springboks. Although the Lions won the series and beat the Boks again 5 years later, in the 12 series since in South Africa, they've only won 2. New Zealand has proved an even tougher hunting ground, just the 1 series win for the Lions in 11 attempts, which came in 1971. And then there was that nail-shredding drawn series in 2017, only the second in Lions history. Only once have the Lions clinched a series after losing the first test, 1989, when David Campese's infamous ghost pass was pounced upon by Ian Evans. Before World War II, the Lions had a dark blue strip, which on the 1930 tour forced the All Blacks to play in all white. So in 1950, the iconic red shirts, white shorts and blue and green socks combination was born. It remains the symbol of the greatest alliance of adversaries in all of sport. To borrow the phrase from Jim Telfer, the Lions is Everest.
Welcome to the weekend breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne and former Celtic striker Tony Cascarino.
Good morning, everybody. It's nice to see you and have a great Christmas.
Where did that even come from? Why is that in the office?
I don't know. It's brilliant though, isn't it?
That must be pretty expensive.
I want one of these at home. I start shouting, when's breakfast, dinner?
Joe, get the kettle on, love.
Enjoy it.
Shall I read what's coming up? Right. Here's what's coming up for you on today's show. Alan Brazil now hosting new Virgin Legends show on Saturday in the build-up to Christmas. Find why he was livid with the boys on breakfast for stitching him up about his favourite Christmas song.
It's this one. Okay.
Been an awful good girl, Santa baby.
Honestly, Alan will read anything. He's an anchor man. He's got a new show on Virgin Radio. Have you been listening to it? It's really good.
Oh, is it?
Like it? Yeah.
Really... Alan's is funny. I was thinking of Alan the other day, just chatting, because people always ask you about Brazil, don't they?
Oh, God, always.
Always Alan Brazil. And I said, you know what? When I first did my first show and I'd come back from France with Alan, I said for the first 30 minutes, he was a little bit, distant, not really.
Sussing you.
And then we go to a break at 6:30, just after the news, go to a break. And he went, I heard you don't like a drink. And I've gone, well, I do, Al. I just not a lot. I do have a drink. He went, oh, that's good. That was how he was judging me, whether I liked to drink or not, and that was it.
He's changed. He's a changed man. In other news, Thomas Frank is still proud of his players despite losing at home yet again.
I think we got on the wrong side on 4 big decisions today. I'm not saying all of them were blankly wrong. I just think we got on the wrong side. I think for me the biggest thing is the second goal. I don't understand how that cannot be disallowed.
We will unpack all of what happened to Spurs yesterday against Liverpool, and we'll build up to a huge afternoon game between Villa and Manchester United. Will Kobbie Mainoo make an appearance after his brother's publicity stunt against Bournemouth?
My office is always open. Nobody went there this week, so I think everything is normal. We are ready to go to Villa.
You're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Good morning.
Do you know? And that would be really good. Like if you really want to tell fans, like, come on, back your team. I've this week, so many Arsenal fans are really like getting a little bit pessimistic, and you're like,
oh yeah,
you're top of the Champions League, you're top of the Premier League,
get behind them.
Someone's chasing you. You got a great opportunity. Don't get too nervous. Because the fans, they always say, oh, they've bottled it. You don't want the fans bottling, do you? No one ever says your fans bottled it because you kept being so pessimistic. They're in a great position, Arsenal.
Yeah. You're right, by the way, about those megaphone things. That was is it PSG? They always do.
Yes, they do. The leaders of the fans. They have the ultras and they all have
megaphones everywhere.
Yeah.
Imagine someone doing that at the Emirates. Okay. Sit down, have a coffee, read a book. Let's get into yesterday's games. Another huge day in the Premier League, and Arsenal got another 3 points.
The dangerous ball in, Voltamada! And the double for Newcastle United. João Pedro in the box. João Pedro equalises for Chelsea. Newcastle United 2, Chelsea 2.
Goal number 149 in a City shirt for Erling Haaland. 19 Premier League goals this season. Manchester City 3, West Ham 0.
Ominous. City go top.
Bournemouth 1, Burnley 1. Armando Broja rose highest and a precious point for Burnley on the road here at Bournemouth.
All over here now, Wolves 0, Brentford 2. Keane Lewis Potter has scored his second of the afternoon.
Wolves are going to get to Christmas without having won in the Premier League.
Ultimately, defence is on top. Brighton 0, Sunderland 0.
And Xavi Simons is sent off. It gets worse for Spurs and Hugo. Ekitike keeps up his hot goal scoring streak. This is incredible. Spurs are down to 9, and it's Romero who has been sent off. More problems for Thomas Frank to work out. Quite an evening. Spurs 1, Liverpool 2.
Stacked with the last kick of the game seals a 4-1 victory for Leeds United.
Victor Gyökeres from the spot slams it down the middle and puts Arsenal into the lead. Arsenal will be Christmas number 1, and this year, to save him from tears, Arteta hopes that the Gunners can do something special.
This year, to save me from tears, we'll give it to Wilfred Nancy. We'll be crying our eyes out. Yesterday, yes, Arsenal taking 3 points at Hill Dickinson in the late game last night. Beat them 1-0 thanks to a Victor Gyökeres penalty. After the game, Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta revealed that despite Saka being the penalty taker, his players decided to give it to Gyökeres.
Well, it's going to help him for sure to put the ball in the back of the net for any striker. It's the most meaningful thing. So they have made a decision to give it to him. Great decision.
Who did that?
I don't know. Between Martin and Bukayo and him, I believe.
Do you think Gyökeres has been a little bit disappointing?
I think he's done okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to be unfair to the lad because he's had injuries as well. And I was delighted the way he picked up the ball, took it off it, and his determination, he just put his foot right for it. Mm-hmm. Left the goalkeeper with no chance, so Pickford, no chance. He's done okay. Did I ever think he's going to light up the Premier League? No. I think he's a very effective striker that will drag players out of position and he'll chip in with important goals along the way. And a more natural centre forward than the ones like Gabriel Jesus or Havertz. Marino has played there. So I think he adds quite a bit. But did I think there would be a superstar striker? No, I didn't. I didn't think that.
Okay. Let's get more on this now with Arsenal podcaster Richard Butler. Richard with us this morning. Richard, how are you? I mean, I hate to be disrespectful, and it will sound disrespectful, but you'll know it yourself. It's an efficient performance. They get 3 points, but it's a wee bit Snorville, isn't it? Richard?
It wasn't the most exciting performance of the season, no, I agree.
Yeah,
but our away form's been a bit hit and miss recently. We hadn't won away for a while, so I think it was important that we got the win, really. This point in the season, I think we just need to keep trying to just pick up the 3 points. We got Manchester City chasing us down, they were top of the league at the start of play, and I thought that put a bit more pressure on us yesterday. We don't have a great record at Everton. Well, we didn't at the previous stadium, so it was nice that we're playing somewhere different for a change, and it went out in our favour, which, we'll take it. I'd like to see some more smooth attacking football would be nice, but when you're chasing the league title, you just got to try and win the game. And we managed to, despite a difficult second half, we came through it. And, that's a positive sign after the last few away games where we've struggled.
I was saying to Shebahn earlier that, I spoke to a good few Arsenal fans this week who were getting a little bit pessimistic, and and I feel the general feeling is you feel like you're being hunted down, but I feel like Arsenal can grind their way like they did yesterday and win games 1-0 and not be under any threat. I didn't think Everton offered too much yesterday. They had a certain number of players out, obviously Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, and Dye, that they're players that were, technically decent. But Arsenal just got to keep trying to do what they're doing. They've lost twice all season, which is, there's a lot of optimism for me in what Arsenal are still doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. And obviously, I suppose the only problem is that the last 2 or 3 seasons have been the same. We've been in a very similar position a couple of times with Man City chasing us, and it hasn't finished in the way that we wanted to. And that's the only doubt that I've got, really. Have we got that mentality there when the pressure's on in March and April and Man City are chasing us down again? Have we got that then to pick up these sort of results? It's easier in the first half of the season to win these games, but in March and April, when you've got less games left and maybe the gap's still there, 2 points and stuff, I think it'll be more difficult then. But let's see. We've got a stronger squad this year. We've coped with the injuries a lot better on that basis so far. So yeah, let's keep trying to be optimistic. But it's Man City that are chasing us down. They've been there, done it. They're not going to drop many points in the second half of the season. So we've got to try, like you said, grind them out. And we did it yesterday, which is a positive sign. Yeah. But I want to see us playing a little bit better, because I don't think Arsenal, we need things to go our way for us to play our best. And if we keep having games like this, we've seen the last few away games in particular, we're going to drop points. And that's, with Man City so close to us, we're not going to be able to afford to do that. We're not going to get away with it.
Richard, was my assessment of Gyökeres fair, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been crying out for a Haaland type number 9 maybe last few seasons, and that was never the type of player we were going to get, because I don't think Mikel Arteta wants to play with a number 9 who plays like Haaland does. So I think Gyökeres probably fits in, or we will fit in with our style of play. But funnily enough, Mikel Merino is more effective as a number 9 in our system currently, and maybe that's because he needs to settle in more. Like you said, he had an injury at the start of the season. That doesn't help. He wasn't at pre-season with us and things like that. So I don't know. It seems as though either we need to adapt our style slightly to suit him, he needs to adapt slightly more to fit to the style of play, but we need to find a solution to that, because he's our main striker now. That's what we bought him for. We paid a lot of money for him. He's come after scoring all them goals last couple of seasons in Portugal, and playing well. That's a sign, like the Wolves game, for example. I mean, that's a sign of a team that can win the league. But I don't think we're showing enough. I don't know. We don't show enough variety for me. We know defensively we're brilliant, but our problem is when we may be losing a game, go behind, or we're not to me, we don't create enough good chances in games generally, and we're relying on the set pieces. Like yesterday, I mean, we've been gifted our last 3 goals, haven't we? 2 own goals against Wolves and a penalty which was gifted yesterday. That's not a good sign for a team. Man City are turning teams over 3-4 goals at the minute quite easily. And yes, it's December. It's, you know, as long as you win the games, but I don't know. I don't see too many changes from the last 2 or 3 seasons, other than we've got a stronger squad now, so we can rest Bukayo Saka a bit more if we need to. You know, we can rotate the team a bit more, which keeps everyone a bit fresher. But I don't know. I'm not convinced that we can hold off Man City because they're Man City, unfortunately.
Well, you've got some good home games coming up, because I was looking at the list, and obviously you got Brighton, you got Villa, and you got Liverpool January the 7th. So you've got some really tasty home games to, you know, get back to the Arsenal at the start of the season. You know, there's still so much, I think, for Arsenal to improve on.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, obviously, our home form has been fantastic. You know, we've only dropped 2 points at home all season, and not that that's going to continue all the way through. I'm sure we'll drop more points along the way, but our home form's been so important. But having said that, you win the league by picking up these away wins. That's how you win the league, and that's going to be more crucial for us in the second half of the season. You know, we've got to go to Man City. Obviously, that's going to be a massive game, especially if the gap's still like it is now. And I think away from home is going to be more crucial. You kind of expect us to win most of our home games, really. I mean, the Liverpool game is going to be a big one, and we've got a lot of other big games at home, but I'm not worried about our home form. We'll pick up enough points at home. My worry is, are we going to pick up enough away points to do it?
Do you want to borrow our megaphone to go to the Emirates with you? Liven it up a little bit, Richard.
Yeah, I think that's what we need. Yeah, definitely.
We'll save this to you for Christmas. Richard Butler, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Cheers, Richard.
No, thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you as well. Top of the tree this Christmas. You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Coming up next, we'll get into the Championship. Frank Lampard getting a little bit heated.
Yeah, getting a bit feisty yesterday.
That's what we love to see.
Is this?
tune. That's the Christmas song.
Mariah Carey, yeah?
Yeah.
Rocking around.
What? What? How
I was
dare
going to wind you. I keep wanting Brenda Lee on. I do. Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Do you know, I was listening to, we'll get Brenda Lee up next, DJ Jasper, but there's something she sings in that song, and I'm like, am I hearing that right?
Which one? This one?
No, Brenda Lee.
Brenda
I know that's confusing.
No, right.
I'll talk to you about it later. It's
Oh, right.
like a lyric, I'm like,
You're going down a rabbit hole here.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's 4 days till Christmas. I'm absolutely miles off it, and I usually am at the best of times. 4 days away, the boys on breakfast were discussing their favourite Christmas songs. We've been doing that for weeks. Alan Brazil got royally stitched up by the lads.
It's this one.
Okay.
Been an awful good girl, Santa baby. So hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby.
Brilliant, Ed. Carved them up a belter, mate, and that's how we're leaving it in Christmas.
I'll wait up for you, Santa.
He's not happy there, Al.
Genuinely raging there at Ed for being stitched up. I remember ages ago, we wrote an Alan script. He'll read anything, he'll read anything that's written, like proper pro. And we wrote "It's Time Now" for my favourite song, and we played Sabrina Carpenter,
Oh, right.
Espresso, and he was like, good one. Very, very funny. He was looking for "Driving Home for Christmas" by Chris Rea. That's his favourite Christmas song. Ours is "Last Christmas."
I think so. Yeah, I mean, that song has grown on me. Obviously, George Michael parted, the world a number of years back, and born on Christmas Day, dies on Christmas Day. And then I think a lot of the younger people get really into that song very quickly, because my son sings "Last Christmas" if he hears it.
My kids sing "Last
Yeah,
Christmas."
and I think it can be a kid's song as well.
Yeah, it's funny how it always comes around. And even actually since he passed away, sadly, on Christmas, like you say, that was the day he was born.
Yeah, that's a just incredible scenario, isn't it?
And when you watch that music video as well, he's a beautiful man, isn't he? Such a beautiful face.
I had the opportunity to see George Michael at the Albert Hall a number of years back, and I didn't go, and it's one of my biggest regrets of not seeing someone.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen a lot of artists over the years thinking, take that opportunity to go and see him, and I chose not to go and see George Michael, and I thought, should have done that.
Yeah.
Should have gone.
Stunning
Yeah.
voice. But yeah, "Last Christmas" got to be one of the all-time favourites. Let's get into the EFL from yesterday.
Yes.
Plenty of stories coming from this weekend's round of fixtures. Southampton and Coventry got a 1-1 draw. That was live for you over on talkSPORT 2. Cov held on for a vital point with 10 men at Southampton in an action-packed game at St Mary's. We've seen these clips going around. Coventry boss Frank Lampard triggered a fight between Southampton and his Coventry side after celebrating in front of the Saints fans. Kind of love to see it. Lampard spoke to talkSPORT after the game and said how much it meant to hold on to a point here.
Well, we've got spirit and, an organisation and players that came in, and we changed to a back five, took on the information, and they did everything and kept going. In the end, it felt like they could keep playing and trying, and we still maybe would have held out. So that shows that this team's got big spirit.
Spirit, but should you do it?
Look, sometimes you wear your heart on your sleeve, don't you? It's
You're
just
not
natural. You
thinking
might
of
lose
who's
it. Yeah,
behind
everyone
you,
will
yeah.
say, oh, you should do this, you should do that. In the moment, you do something slightly different. I wouldn't hold any against him. He's got a good Coventry team there, and he's done brilliantly well. He's turned Coventry round. I mean, they were very close last year to getting promoted. After he came into the club, they had an amazing run. They're 11 points clear of Ipswich in third at the moment. So they're in a phenomenal position, Coventry City, getting full houses every week. It's going really well. Now, you have the victories, but then suddenly you go to 10 men and you get a draw out of a game to a team that have been on form, who have changed their form around in Southampton.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He'd be delighted from that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. 4-1, QPR beat Leicester yesterday. I mean, what is going on at Leicester? We've heard from some of the legends who won the league nearly 10 years ago, just saying there's something so missing at the heart.
No, it's a really weird one. You beat Ipswich 3-1 at home, and they'd won at Derby previously. And they're 4-0 down at half-time against QPR yesterday, who, by the way, I'll give a mention to QPR, played two up front. Now, I wax lyrical about I want to see a team do two up front. QPR play two up front now, and they have two wingers, and they do it really well. And Julian Stéphan, who was a manager in France with Rennes and other clubs. So fair play to them. But Leicester, I did read a story earlier in the week, Shebahn, and it was about the staff not being paid at the football club.
Yeah.
And the alarm bells start ringing. I mean, not that should affect the team on the pitch, but there is a lot of worrying things that are going on in Leicester. Like I said, you beat Ipswich, who have been one of the informed teams who everybody knew that would be probably challenging to try and get promoted again. And they beat them comfortably, and then they're 4-0 down at QPR.
It's a walloping. Yeah.
And they've got, if you look at their team, they've got, a good number of players that have got Premier League experience in their squad.
Yeah, Leicester 13th in the table, heading into Christmas, and also Blackburn beat your Millwall.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to Millwall.
Bit disappointing, now in 6th.
They lost at Hull recently, didn't play well, and then it's been backed up with a 2-0 defeat. And they're still, look, Millwall's still in a good position. They're 6th in the table in the Championship. So they're still, Alex Neil's got to try and turn it all around, just get it going again, because obviously they've won a lot of football matches to get where they did. The highest position was 3rd at one time. So, hey, just get back on it, and there's a lot to play for. So, just a disappointing result for them yesterday.
Did you see anyone catching Cov in Middlesbrough?
Well, I think Coventry's gap is too big, and I'm sure in January that Lampard will do a bit of business. So I think it's going to be Ipswich or Borough for that, that 2nd and 3rd spot. Hull have had a great run as well. Preston are still there. Yeah. So there's a lot of teams. I mean, Preston's an incredibly well-run club. If you go back to I think it's Hemmings who was the owner of the football club at one time. He passed away, but they manage on a budget. They never extend themselves to any level of debt. The club's always been debt-free. An incredible achievement by Preston just to be involved.
Yeah, you're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Coming up for you next, we're going to talk about Celtic in action today. Hearts also playing Rangers. What is going to happen for Wilfred Nancy's 4th game in charge? Very good morning to you. Sunday the 21st of December. The countdown is on. Santa's just around the corner. You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT with Shebahn Aherne and former Millwall striker Tony Cascarino. And it's time now for this.
26k for 2026 on talkSPORT.
It's a tough old time of year, isn't it? It's an absolute fortune. With Christmas just upon us, we could be looking to make you richer in January. £26,000 you could be winning, all thanks to us. What better way to start the new year? 2026 or 26 grand. It's our biggest cash giveaway yet. It could be yours. Here's how you can get entered for this one. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your one standard network rate. Or you can call this number 0343 423 9761. Lines close at 12 o'clock on the 9th of January. You'll need to answer your phone if it rings that day in case it's us. UK residents only, 18 plus, and it's a network promotion. The full terms and conditions are on our website as ever, talksport.com/win. Good luck. Text the word WIN to 83338 now, or call this number 0343 423 9761 and you could be 20k up in 2026. Good luck to you for that one. Okay, we're going to take a trip up the road now north of the border, Cass, to Scotland and the Scottish Premiership. Hearts have been the surprise of the season so far. They're 6 points clear at the top. Later this afternoon, they'll welcome fourth place Rangers at Tynecastle. Meanwhile, it's hard to ignore what's happening at Celtic. It's historically poor from the Hoops. 4 straight defeats under the new manager Wilfred Nancy. But after their last defeat against Dundee United, the new boss saw a lot of positives. Wilfred?
Yeah, in terms of results, it's tough. But again, in terms of possibility to win games, we are there. So that's why, for me, again, I think that we are on the right track. But this is not enough. I know that, and we all want to win. We know that. But again, I'm confident because of the game that we had. And again, every time I see an improvement. But effectively, in terms of results, this is not enough.
Yeah, it's just not nearly enough, and he's right. You know, a lot of chances, to be fair. Could not finish our dinner, Cass, but I mean, 4 defeats since coming into the club is so bad.
Yeah, I mean, you said there, not taking any chances. Celtic, as we stand today, through 16 games, have scored 26 goals. That's a really low return from them. So this isn't just recently. They've not been getting goals on a regular basis. Yeah. So it's a problem for them. I mean, it's amazing looking at the league and you sort of think, got Celtic in second, you got Rangers in fourth, and you got Motherwell and Hearts. Hearts at top and Motherwell in third.
It's wild.
You've had St Mirren win the cup. So it's been a really wacky year so far from, the start of the season.
Don't think I've ever I don't think I have known a time like it. Dad said to me the other day, we're going back to the 70s, and obviously wasn't around then so much. But it's just a very, very strange time, and you do want people to succeed. You want people to do well. I just don't know if he's the guy, and I hate to say that. You
no,
well, say it out loud, but from what I'm watching in terms of the football, I don't think he's the guy, and he really has to prove us wrong today.
Well, I look, there's something that when someone comes into a football club, Shebahn, and I find this quite a common theme, and I'm seeing this over the years at all different clubs, is when someone comes through the door, there sometimes feels like a real lack of common sense of looking at the group. What's the best way of playing? Not just your idea. People use Russell Martin's example. He goes to Rangers and wanted to implement the same thing he did at Southampton, and it didn't work out. Well, Liam Manning did that at Bristol City to Norwich and then lost his job at Norwich. I remember watching Norwich and thinking, I don't think he's got the players to play the way he wants them to at Norwich. And I see this lack of common sense sometimes with managers who, and Wilfred Nancy's no different. He's gone to Celtic and he's tried to, where Martin O'Neill had just got the basics right and won games, he's come in and he's changed things quite quickly to how he wants to play. And with that, they've gone 4 defeats on the back.
How he wants to play with the players that he's not got.
Well, you might, in time, you should be able to adjust and implement them changes. But at the moment, I mean, I think they'll beat Aberdeen today. Do I ever got anything to back that up with? No, not really. But their home record's extremely good, Celtic. So Aberdeen are not the team they were sort of for periods in the past. So
we will see. We will see. I mean, it's certainly low in confidence and believing that can happen today, which is crazy. 03717 223344 is the number. Celtic fans up and about listening this morning. How do you see this one going today? He absolutely has to win it. Alan Brazil, I tuned in the other morning. He was absolutely fuming. He's not having Nancy at all.
I don't know where to go with this guy because he should never be there in the first place.
Yeah.
End of the season, yes, when he can get his system out and get the players back and work them for a few weeks before the season starts. The way that Celtic have acted here.
There wasn't a rush, was there?
And Martin turned around and said, I would have stayed.
Yeah, for me, there wasn't a rush.
It doesn't make sense, Gabby.
And your man who appointed Nancy as well, he was sleeping at the cup final. I mean, how bad is that? What a poor look.
Must have been tired.
Dead tired, yeah.
I know, that's one thing with the modern technologies. You can get caught sometimes napping off. I mean, if you're winning week in, week out, no one would really
have a
mind.
snooze, no one cares. But, I mean, an awful look. The tactics board, I mean, look what happened. Ruben Amorim got the tactics board out at Grimsby. You know, you've got a new Celtic manager coming in who's admitted that, I think he said the other day, you know, I do know Scotland because I nearly signed for Carlisle. It's like, what? Like, you know, it's just, it's tough.
It's not far.
It's tough. But when you went to Celtic, Cass,
yeah, it was tough.
Did you not have people telling you about the culture, about the way that you have to be and what the fans expect from you at this club, even if you're not performing? Whereas then, Nancy, I don't think so. You scored against the Gers. We'll always love you for that.
No, yes, you do. You get the identity of the club really quickly. You do. And you get it from the dressing room, the people you meet, the intensity around the football club, expectation. It's all there. Now, you know, if you lose games and you lose games regularly, it matters not one whit about what you're going to say in a press conference. People will just
hammer you anyway. Yeah.
They'll just destroy what you say.
Yeah.
So you've got to try and be sensible of your approach, just common sense of looking at your team. Keep it pretty straightforward at first, and then as you go, try and make changes. Only small ones as often as you can. But Celtic could still be favourites to win the SPL, you know.
Yeah.
Still be favourites. Yeah. And they should be.
I don't know. Not with Nancy in charge.
Well, we'll ask whoever's coming in.
Well, Frank McAvenny's.
Oh, well, Frank will tell us. Yeah, Frank will tell us. I mean, it is strange seeing Scottish football be in a really odd place where Rangers and Celtic are way off. And it's not just in the SPL, it's been in Europe as well.
If touch wood, we've to lose to Aberdeen today.
Well,
it's gone for Christmas, right?
I don't know. 5 games seems ridiculously short, but that would be an extraordinary run, 5 defeats straight out.
Yeah, I mean, it's historically bad.
Is that?
It's never happened before.
Oh, it's never happened.
Never happened before.
Okay.
So it's that bad, Cass.
That's a good first, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, and we've lost cup final. Like as Martin O'Neill said last Monday, which was a great listen, to be fair to me, he spoke so well on it. He could have lost to
Well,
Roma.
Martin wants him to do well.
The cup final. No, he said give him a chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
But bear in mind, let's be honest here, Martin O'Neill works for Celtic as well. So he's not going to go and slate the board's decision. Now, are you okay?
Some water.
You need to. Oh, God love you.
No, but Martin spoke incredibly well because you could tell his heart was in that he wants it to work for him.
And he, of course, because he loves Celtic. Yeah. Everyone wants it to work, but it was working with Martin. Is there any way that Martin O'Neill could be back at Celtic?
I don't know.
Between now and then.
What would they do if they thought he got so bad? What would they do? If they make that call and sack him, who would the first person they go to? They'll want stability immediately. They will want to try and still win the SPL. Who could deliver that?
Martin O'Neill. 03717 223344. You can let us know your thoughts on this morning. Rangers, of course, have got Hearts today as well. Steadying the ship is Danny Rowe, but Hearts are just doing bits this season, aren't they? All the updates, all the results coming from the Scottish Premiership today on Game Day Live with Sam Matterface here on talkSPORT. By the way, a brand new talkSPORT daily podcast series is available now. Our Angelina Kelly, Alex Crook, Rory Jennings and Adrian Durham and Gabby Agbon-Lahore bring you the 12 hot takes of Christmas, just as Cass pops. Your man needs water. ASAP. 3 of our wisest presenters and pundits each deliver 1 hot take per episode. That's 3 huge opinions a day, 12 in total. And the latest episode is available for you now on the talkSPORT Daily podcast. We're going to take a quick break, and coming up next, we'll get into Manchester United.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries.
Good morning, you're listening to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne and Tony Cascarino. It's the start of this song where she talks about the pie that she's eaten.
Right.
This bit. You're going to have what pie?
Pumpkin.
Swear she doesn't say that.
That's pumpkin pie. No? Oh, right.
Did you hear it, Gabs?
We'll just get the words up.
This is true. We could Google the lyrics, everyone, but that'll spoil everyone's fun. Pumpkin pie. Who's eating that at Christmas? No thanks.
I'll have a look while you...
Everyone has some bleeping pie. Swears, she swears. Oh, Brenda! She recorded that when she was 13, by the way. We talk about that every time we play it. Good morning, you listen to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Your headlines this morning: Kylian Mbappe equaled Cristiano Ronaldo's Real Madrid record of 59 goals in a calendar year during a hard-fought win over Sevilla. Tottenham manager Thomas Frank claimed that Christian Romero would not have been sent off if referee John Brooks did his job. And also keen Lewis Potter scored his first Premier League goal since January as Brentford piled more misery on Wolves. After the game, manager Rob Edwards said his team must keep fighting for results.
How do you keep your head up and everybody's heads up when you've lost 10 games in a row?
I'm up for a fight, Jeff. I'm just told him in the dressing room now. I'm here, the staff are here now, we're up for the fight. We'll keep working extremely hard to try and give them the best plan possible, to keep believing in them, to work as hard as we can. Ultimately then, once we get over that white line, we've got to produce performances.
Brenda Lee, old potty mouth. You're right, it was pumpkin pie.
Yes.
Rob Edwards there, perhaps, maybe. Do you think underestimated how much of a tough job this is going to be, or he knew what he was in for?
Wow. I don't know the answer to that, but I think he's been unpleasantly surprised of how bad Wolves are. I mean, he's walked in and probably felt he could turn it around to some degree, and I think the owners would have definitely felt that too. 2 points through 17 games.
Yep.
Not a win. No, I'm sure he's seen way more. It's actually better than he probably thought.
Yeah, it's worse. It is a lot worse. OK, let's go to today's back pagers. Producer Baby Gabs is with us now in the studio. Gabs, good morning.
Good morning, Sheb.
Baby
Good morning,
Gabs.
Cass. I know, right?
Because we've got a Gabby Agbonlahor and you're Gabby, but you're Baby Gabs.
It makes sense to me.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
OK, not that much, baby.
Yeah.
Take it though. Gab's got 10 years on you.
Appreciate it.
Little Gabs.
We're all babies, aren't we?
Well.
I'm still my mummy's boy. And
Please don't refer to yourself as a mummy's boy.
My sister says that all the time. Says, "Oh, you're a mummy's boy." That's who you always have been.
You're mummy's boy, Gabs?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but you'll always be your mum's.
Yeah, number one woman.
Boy. Yeah.
There's nothing more creepy about that when you're a woman watching a man be a mummy's boy. Just FYI.
Instant ick.
Right, Gabs, what's in today's papers, please?
Oh, well, it's all Manchester United ahead of their game versus Aston Villa today. But it's not so much in regards to the game itself. It's about a little bit afterwards. After, as we know, January is the winter transfer window, so teams will be looking to, sharpen up their squads, maybe push for, certain places in the European places, maybe escape relegation places as well. Ruben Amorim has come out and said, I am no stopgap shopper, in saying that he's not going to be bought into any panic buys when it comes to bringing in players at the club, because we do know that Manchester United need reinforcements, whether you think it's in midfield, whether you think it's in attacking options, whether you think it's in defence. They need to bring players in. Now, it depends really on where you think Man United are, in their season. Do you think, Cass, they're in a position where, Champions League spots are maybe achievable? There's going to be some fans that are crazy, maybe saying, oh, you know what, Arsenal, check your shoulders, check your mirrors. But what kind of, players should they be bringing in, depending on where you believe they are in the season right now?
Well, of course they're in a chance of Champions League football. Yeah, look at the table. You're seventh in the table, got a game in hand. You're on 26 points. You can get on level with Liverpool and Chelsea. So, yeah, of course you are. Manchester United have to build on again in the January window. I mean, there's a piece by Jonathan Northcroft in the paper. United's midfield is their oldest problem. Time to sign Walton. They are going to sign a midfielder with energy and passing ability. They need it. So, absolutely. This is a team that's had, over the years, some incredible midfielders. And they need a much more, I think, simple way of playing midfield, with players who keep the ball and, are not loose with it, lose possession too often. And age is a problem. You need legs in your midfield.
Well, you say that, and you look at the recent transfer history, especially in January. You think of the likes of, Weghorst coming in. Last year, Patrick Dorgu was the only person that came into the club.
Yeah, that was short-term, Gab. They're not... They're looking for a midfielder that is going to be a bit of a game changer for them for the next 3 or 4 years at least.
You think January would be the time to make the splash?
It's a hard period to do business, but Manchester United are in a position they will be looking at Champions League football. And yes, you see the 4-4 draw against Bournemouth, and there was a lot wrong in that game defensively. They had a period. If you go back last season, Man United, I think, had a -1 goal for column, right? That's never been the case with Manchester United. This year, they're getting more goals. So that problem's sort of slowly solving itself. They're going to get goals. Midfield, then defence.
I'll be impressed if Man United get a big midfielder, whether it was, Baleba in the summer. We just talk about Adam.
Baleba feels like the one that they've got their eye on, right? Because he was heavily linked in the summer. Don't get me wrong, he hasn't lit it up, I don't think.
No, he's gone to the AFCON now, hasn't he?
Well, he's just gone to AFCON, but it's not as if he's been unbelievable. Unbelievable.
He was fantastic, I feel, for large parts of last season. He had his head turned in the summer.
Yeah.
He didn't play as well this season so far. He's a real handful.
Yeah.
But you need a midfielder at Manchester United with a quality to keep the ball, move it, pass it.
Now, you say that, they have a midfielder, and this brings me up to our next topic of conversation, which is Kobbie Mainoo, because this is somebody that is supposed to be, a linchpin in Man United's midfield, or was supposed to be that, at least for the next, few years to come. When you saw what he was last year, you saw how important he was to the England national team as well. His place looks pretty much, I don't want to say gone, but for lack of better words, yes, coming up into the World Cup. And you probably saw the antics in regards to his brother, what he done with the free Kobbie Mainoo shirt in the 4-4 draw against Bournemouth.
Yeah, didn't get it.
Yeah.
I understand why he would do that.
Yeah, he's brought a lot of unnecessary press necessary to the club. Alex Crook, our chief football correspondent as well, has reported that, Man United are not interested in letting Kobbie Mainoo go permanently, whether a loan deal happens or whether he has to kind of stick it out at the club. You're saying that Man United,
what is he now, Kobbie? 20?
21.
He's 21. He's still a young man. You're at Manchester United. It's a great club to be at.
Oh, he is 20. Sorry, he is 20.
Yeah, he's got, but he hasn't played well enough when he has played as well. Let's remember that.
This entitlement conversation came up as well, didn't it? Like, he's 20 years old, you play at Manchester United. Why do you think, or why does your family seem to think that you are entitled to start and play every single game?
Well, if I had a brother and my brother put on a T-shirt and put that on about me, I'd be furious with him.
Can I just talk about the brother situation? I believe they're not that close. He wasn't, when Kobbie signed at Manchester United, I know Jordan Hames he was in the Love Island villa. There was never conversations about Kobbie Mainoo then. He's his half-brother. Yeah. I believe that he's never been that close to him. Again, I could be completely proved wrong with this, but from what you hear, it sounds like Kobbie Mainoo had nothing to do with it. It was his brother doing the stunt, and fair play to Amarin, because he did say it was his brother who wore the T-shirt. It wasn't Kobbie. And if it was, we would have a problem here.
Yeah,
but it wasn't him who wore the T-shirt.
I'm sure Kobbie would be annoyed with his brother.
Of course he would. What are you doing?
You can't be doing things like that. If the word free, it's like, it feels like Manchester United, holding him hostage?
Yeah.
No, they're not. He's under contract as a football player. And look, I hope he can find his place again. In his career, because what we saw when he represented England, and we saw it at Old Trafford as well in games, he can progress and become a really good midfielder. At the moment, he's gone backwards. He's definitely gone backwards from his performances. He hasn't been able to convince, obviously, Amarin that he's worthy of a place. He hasn't got into the squad, so Tuchel's not even thinking about him. And okay, you go, well, he's not playing football, but he needs to get back just playing football, getting some sort of standard of performance that gives him a chance of playing week in, week out. And if he does get an opportunity, he's got to take it.
Yeah.
So if you're in his shoes, then what are the next steps that you would take?
Fight for my place at Old Trafford.
You wouldn't push for any...
No, I wouldn't want to be. He's at a very big club, okay? And it's a privilege to play for the big clubs. I was lucky enough to play for a few, not Manchester United, but play for a few big clubs. Fight your way back, show you've got the marbles to go in and be a player again.
Yeah, interesting discussion, and I would love to see Kobbie, because he's might be a good guy, a focused young man. This picture, this stunt from his brother reflects badly on Kobbie, and he's got no control over that situation. You would think, you would hope that he doesn't anyway. We'll see what happens today. Big game ahead this afternoon. Villa against Manchester United. We'll continue to build up to that one today. Baby Gabs, thank you very much for that. You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. 03717 223344 is the number. We're going to talk about the title race next. Are Arsenal still clear favourites, even after that nervy win over Everton yesterday? You can get in touch about that. It's the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Good morning.
The Lions. Real-life fantasy rugby. Bitter rivalries set aside in a quest to create the world's best team in weeks. There's nothing like it, but who on earth had the idea and how did it all begin? Incredibly, the first Lions tour was organised and funded by three men who played in England's first ever Test cricket match. Opening bowler Alfred Shaw, opening batsman Arthur Shrewsbury and captain James Lillywhite. The 1888 Lions squad then, made up of 17 English, 4 Scots and 1 Welshman and a Northern Irishman, took a 46-day boat trip to New Zealand before heading to Australia. The Lions weren't alone on the boat. Also on board were 300 stoats and weasels who were brought over to eliminate New Zealand's rabbit problem. The first ever Lions captain, Robert Seddon, died of drowning midway through the tour while sculling on a river. Andrew Stoddart, who was another of the cricketers there, took over and was the star of the tour. The next one was the first to get official recognition from the RFU against the newly formed Springboks. Although the Lions won the series and beat the Boks again 5 years later, in the 12 series since in South Africa, they've only won 2. New Zealand has proved an even tougher hunting ground, just the 1 series win for the Lions in 11 attempts, which came in 1971. And then there was that nail-shredding drawn series in 2017, only the second in Lions history. Only once have the Lions clinched a series after losing the first test, 1989, when David Campese's infamous ghost pass was pounced upon by Ian Evans. Before World War II, the Lions had a dark blue strip, which on the 1930 tour forced the All Blacks to play in all white. So in 1950, the iconic red shirts, white shorts and blue and green socks combination was born. It remains the symbol of the greatest alliance of adversaries in all of sport. To borrow the phrase from Jim Telfer, the Lions is Everest.
Good morning to you. This is the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. We're live on your smart TV. We're on the YouTube channel as well if you fancy a little peep inside the studio. Shebahn Aherne and former Millwall striker Tony Cascarino.
Good morning.
We'll find out why Thomas Frank is very proud of his players despite losing at home yet again.
I think we got on the wrong side on 4 big decisions today. I'm not saying all of them were blankly wrong. I just think we got on the wrong side. I think for me the biggest thing is the second goal. I don't understand how that cannot be disallowed.
Yeah, he was not a happy chappy at all. We'll build up to a huge game this afternoon between Aston Villa and Manchester United. Will Kobbie Mainoo make an appearance after his brother's publicity stunt against Bournemouth?
My office is always open. Nobody went there this week, so I think everything is normal. We are ready to go to Villa.
You just wonder the chats they would have had about that. Seeing that picture going, I'll do us a favour.
There's some things you can't get away with, at football clubs. And I know it's not Cobby, it's his brother.
It's not.
You can't have your brother being doing things like that.
No, he looks like a right idiot. We're going to have to, unfortunately, bring you the news from the land of Oz as well. It's all over for England in the Ashes. The amount of people we've heard from who are heading out there for the final 2 tests as well and to enjoy the Christmas break. Not so Merry Christmas after all when it comes to the Ashes. Australia have won. You listen to the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Good morning. Shocker, isn't it, that it's all over and done with now in the 3rd test? And
yeah, very quick.
Yeah, not really
3-0 over, what was it? Very short period.
11 days, I think, did they say?
Yeah.
11 days, that's it all over and done with, yeah. Shame.
And what can we say?
Time goes on, doesn't it?
And we've listened to Goffey, Steve Army. He's on,
Yeah, I think Monty Panesar is going to come on and talk to us
John
about
Norman,
it as well.
yeah.
He's coming with us later on this morning. Nightmare, though. Let's talk about the title race, shall we? Because it is hotting up. Arsenal are at the top for Christmas. They beat Everton 1-0 at Hill Dickinson last night, but only after Manchester City overtook them with a 3-0 win over West Ham earlier on in the day. Now, despite making it 5 wins in a row now, Pep says City still aren't quite there yet.
We are in a good place, I'm saying, but I'll be honest, I could say, everything is perfect. No, we have to do better. They defend in one different way, that, for example, they defend different than Crystal Palace. So the spaces to attack are different, the spots are different. You have to occupy, you have to do better, and today we didn't do that. That's why it made me sad. No, I'm so happy, I go home, I'm ready, but the margin made me realize the margin to improve is still massive. If you want at the end, March, April, fighting with the big clubs in Europe, with the big teams in the Premier League, to win the titles. Otherwise, it will not be enough.
Yeah, I mean, if they still get another gear in them, Cass?
Well, I mean, look, they've gone the last 7 games. If you take all competitions, Europe, because they beat Real Madrid in that period as well, and a League Cup game. They've 7 games. They've scored 21 goals, conceded 7, and four of them goals were against Fulham in 1 game. So they've been pretty devastating in the last few weeks, down to probably, the last month or so. Is there improvement? Well, you can always say there's improvement, but they've been pretty frightening, haven't they? They've gone to Palace, won 3-0, did that comfortably. Again yesterday, okay, it's West Ham at the wrong end of the table. They're a really good side and things are clicking there.
Yeah.
And Arsenal know, fans know, Arteta knows, the players know that the one that's chasing them down is a club with so much success, and Pep knows how to win the Premier League and has done it so often.
And this is how he has done it last time as well. It was hunting down Arsenal. And then that's where you look at the mentality side of things as well that we have discussed. We know there's a wee bit of nervousness around Arsenal, whereas City won't have that because they are then on the charge, whereas Arsenal are trying not to lose.
Yeah,
is that mentality?
I mean, Arsenal are still the favourites, rightly so, because they've only lost 2. Look, not so long ago, Man City lost 2 games back to back. This happens, but what I do see is that City look like a far more accomplished team than they did at the start of the season. They still moments they look like they're leaking goals, which they've done, but I would say of late they're really playing now to a super high level. I don't really buy into Pep when he goes.
Yeah, we're working on that tirelessly and continuously.
Thanks, Eddie Howe, for that. Thanks, Eddie.
You killed me there. I don't really buy into what Pep says about, where City are. And I feel like he knows he's got a good side. He knows they're clicking, but he doesn't want to say much more. He always holds back a little bit.
Yeah, me hammered them yesterday. Hammered his side yesterday.
Yeah, but he tends to praise people when they've been playing poorly and tell everyone how good they are. And then when they're playing really well, we'll then bring them back down to earth.
Yeah.
That's his style.
Erling Haaland, we touched on him earlier on, but another 2 goals for him yesterday. And like you say, he just does the simple things that some people can't get right, but he just taps them in.
Yesterday were 2 simple tap-ins for him. And what's he got now? I think with country and I think it's about 38 goals so far this season. Okay, he's got in the Premier League? He's double everybody else. He's on like 17.
He's got 19 goals in the Premier League.
Yeah, 19 after yesterday. So 19 goals. What's he going to end up at the end of the season? Probably, if he stays fit, 35 plus. That's a massive advantage over every other club because no other team's going to have a striker with 35 goals, that's for sure.
Yeah. Let's focus now on Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. They've managed to pick up 6 points against Wolves and Everton in the last 2 games, but let's be honest here, I don't know what we're looking for. Is it full entertainment? It's not been a great watch from Arsenal, but they've got the job done. Mikel Arteta looking for just his second trophy in charge since taking over 6 years ago. Our Darren Bent thinks that even if he ends up empty-handed again this season, that he'd still want him to stay at the club.
The way you convince everybody that, it's been a real total success is you have to win something. And I think if he wins it this year, I think people will look back and go, it was worth it. If it don't, then, I mean, obviously it depends on the manner in which you don't win something. But
if you have a repeat season of last season, this season.
No, I think a lot of people will start to go, no, enough's enough. I wouldn't personally say that. Because I think
we joke about it, right?
I think semi-final of a Champions League again and second in the Premier League, it's not where you want to be, but it feels harsh. Does that make sense?
Like Southgate, like
a little bit like Southgate. Like he's got 2 finals, and you're almost like, you can't go over the line, get rid of him. So it feels harsh, but this has got a great chance of doing it.
What do you think?
I think Arteta's done an amazing job. I think he's built a squad that's going to be competitive, Champions League and Premier League. He hasn't got over the line, so I understand that. That's really important to him and everybody around him to be successful. But I still think Arteta's done an amazing job. I find that ridiculous idea to go, well, he came second or he made the final in the Champions League and then you get rid of him after he's built so much. Now, he might get to the end of the season and go, what now do I need that can make another difference? Because what he did last summer was build a squad that he felt could challenge for the title. And that's what they're doing today. They're fighting for the title.
Yeah.
So his idea has worked. Whether it ultimately gets to the end of the season, he gets pipped in the last games. If that happens, you can't take away that Arteta's done a great job at Arsenal.
Absolutely. I mean, what he's done for the club has been absolutely incredible.
Same as
right.
Pep.
It's there and thereabouts. And if you look at the guy who's beaten him, it's one of the best that we've ever seen. So you've got to give Pep his due for that as well. He's such a difficult man to get the better of, is Pep Guardiola, but I think Arteta's done a good job. I do now look at that 6 years, Cass. I mean, if he doesn't win something this season, there's something wrong there. Has to be something wrong.
If they wouldn't have had the injury crisis that they had, because they had a really bad injury list, Arsenal, even though they could have players to step in, would you have said that they wouldn't have dropped? If Saliba and Gabriel would have stayed fit all season, I don't think Arsenal would have dropped many points at all. Because them two are the rock of that team where they don't give you anything. Timber's been great when he's been called upon, and so has Calafiori. That back line, Rare, the goalkeeper, I think if them 2 centre-halves would have been fit all the time, Arsenal would have dropped very few points. I don't think they'd have lost at Villa. I know that's hypothetical, but I really don't think they would have lost at Villa.
Yeah.
Because them two give you very little.
Yeah.
Like last season, Van Dijk was fit nearly all season for Liverpool. Konate played really well as well. And I think that played a big part in Liverpool winning the title.
Yeah. And you go back to that game against Aston Villa,
Could have gone either way. Fair play to Villa. They were brilliant in the game.
Unbelievable. But when you look at that goal going in, when Villa win it, you can see how fuming that team are as a group. Everybody was punching the ground. They're all just corpsing out at this point. Like, how have we allowed this to happen? You can tell they're a team who wants to win. But when it comes to getting over the line, are they that team? Because what we've seen over the last few years is that they're not. So he has to change that this season.
Yeah, look, there's things that we don't know. We're going into the unknown, the second part of the season. We can make predictions and this could happen, that could happen. If Erling Haaland got injured over the Christmas period, and I obviously don't want that to happen.
Touch wood.
If he does get injured, that's a massive blow to Manchester City.
Of course.
That would be a huge... You've lost a guy that's got, half or more of the team's goals. If that happens... then
Arsenal then look like...
You feel like, now you've got to find another way of getting results.
Let us know your thoughts on this. 81089. Are Arsenal still clear favourites for the title? 81089. Or do you think it's going to be Man City? 03717 223344 is the number. We were speaking about Celtic. A few key games today up in Scotland in the Scottish Premiership. Celtic against Aberdeen at Parkhead. Rangers also go to Hearts. Hearts are sitting 6 points clear at the top of the Scottish Premiership. Ross, the Celtic fan, is with us now. Good morning, Ross. How you doing?
Hi, Ross.
Good morning, guys. I'm really well. Hope you guys are doing great.
Yeah. Ross, do we need to give Nancy time, or how do you see today going?
To be honest, I don't think Nancy's a bad manager, if I'm honest with you. I think he's come into one of the worst Celtic squads, especially in my lifetime, I've ever seen. Do I think he's got the experience to turn it around? No, I don't, but I think he was written off after his first game because he was an unknown manager.
Do you...
I just don't... Sorry.
No, I was going to say, do you buy into the... Obviously, Martin, when he took over for that short period, sort of kept it very, very basic in the players that he used and utilised, and yet Nancy made some, adjustments to the team that came with 4 losses back after back.
Yeah, Martin O'Neill is a legend at Celtic. He's up there with Jock Stein, and I've been fortunate to see him twice in my lifetime as manager of Celtic, and I'll be forever grateful to that man. But, Brendan Rodgers was a great manager, and he couldn't turn around the Celtic, and it's not the manager's fault. You look at the team last year. This time last year, we were competing with Bayern Munich in the Champions League.
I know.
And we had a great team, but the board have stripped that team, and the recruitment has just not been good enough. Kasper Schmeichel looks a shell of a man he was last season. The only player that we've had this season that's, I would say, has been half decent for us has been Callum McGregor.
Yeah, Callum's
the rest of them don't deserve to be wearing the shirt.
Ross, do you think we can beat Aberdeen today, or are you genuinely concerned about this?
I'm genuinely concerned, and I think if we lose or draw today, the league's over, if I'm honest with you. Yeah. I don't think, even with the games in hand, I don't think we've got the squad depth to bring it back. And, yeah, January's round the window, but Celtic infamously have never signed players on the 1st of January. It's always scratching around last minute, try and get loan deals in. We don't have a recognised striker. Any actual, for whatever reason, he's just not fit enough. But when he is fit, he's a fantastic player.
Yeah. Ross, good luck today. Fingers crossed we can turn it around and spread that festive cheer. Ross, Celtic fan, thank you very much for your call. Coming up next for you in the Weekend Sports Breakfast, we'll get all of the odds ahead of today's game. Good morning. Welcome to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne and former Celtic striker Tony Cascarino with you. Christmas now 4 days away. You all sorted, people. Have you done your wrapping? You better get Joe a present. You better wrap it. Because I'm telling you, if she's
I'm the worst rapper in the world, and I don't mean just on singing, I mean wrapping paper. I am literally hopeless.
I'm pretty tragic at rapping as well, actually.
It's just too fiddly for me, you know, like you'd struck rapping.
Some people make it.
I mean, some people are immaculate and then get all the ribbon perfectly. I'm like, I just can't.
Have you asked for anything?
Not really, no. I'm
What would you
really
like? What's
easy
like a
going.
nice gift? If you went, oh, that's nice. Oh, hello.
I don't know, really. What would I like? I'm sure my missus will get me a nice top of some sort.
Yeah.
You know, which I always get pants and socks. Typical, like that's the kids. They always say, I always need pants and socks, and they always give it to me. But yeah. I'm never overly. I like giving way more than receiving.
Than you receiving.
I just do. I find it.
It's a sign of a good, content person, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, look, I've been lucky in my life. I've been fortunate to do what I've done, and so you know, it's not really about. It's Christmas is the kids, isn't it?
Yeah, there's two types of people when it comes to the festive period. Listen to this.
Ho, ho, ho.
I think it'd give me a serious challenge for my turkey.
You got to carry on tradition of Christmas.
Love Christmas. Absolutely love Christmas. So I do.
Mr. Grinch. Christmas?
What nonsense. 44 days of bloomin' Christmas adverts. Coca-Cola lorries. I hope one of them gets a flat tyre.
It's not cool to like Love Actually.
What's the carrot called?
I love that.
I know. I want him to be chopped into pieces.
No. Mr. Grinch.
He is actually full Grinch vibe, isn't he?
Yes. Well, you get Grinchy as you get older. It's just the way people go, especially men.
Yeah, but like Jeff's Grinch all year round.
Yeah.
What does he call himself? The Ministry of Misery?
Yeah, I think as you get older, you just see things differently and get a bit more critical.
Oh.
I mean, I do enjoy Christmas time because it is fun with family and friends and just meeting up. I had some great Christmas dinners this year.
Yeah.
You know, going out and meeting people. Just great. Really, it was nice. Just nice meeting.
Yeah, you got to get yourself in the spirit.
Yeah.
I'm going to chat your door. It's up to you to get yourself in the Christmas spirit.
But it does go on very early, doesn't it? Oh, it starts so early now.
I get right into it 1st of December this year.
Yeah.
We're going
well,
hard.
no, but if you look at the music and what's being played on the radio, they're way before the 1st of December.
By the way, talkSPORT Breakfast back for you tomorrow morning. It's Ali McCoyce with you on Breakfast, and he will get you right in a festive mode if you're not feeling it already, unless Rangers lose against Hearts today. Lol. Right, let's get the latest odds now with Coral.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. Get set to bring the cheer this festive season with a sleigh full of free rewards from Coral. 18+ gambleaware.org.
Dave Stevens, are you feeling festive?
Very good. Am I feeling festive? Yeah, I'm feeling fairly festive, I think. Yeah, good. Happy Christmas to both of you and all the talkSPORT listeners, of course. So no Jeff or Alan Brazil this week, is there? They've both clocked off.
They need their feet
the two
up
Grinches.
Yeah, they need their extra rest, to be fair to them. They've earned that all year round, so they'll be putting their feet up, and Ali McCoyce will be doing it from Glasgow.
Yes, they will. Look, and we've had a lot of the Saturday games, haven't we, Dave? And then we've got today Villa Man United. Up in Scotland, Hearts versus Rangers, Celtic Aberdeen. So there's some good football on.
Yeah. I mean, we'll come on to Scotland because it's brilliant. A 3-horse title race for the first time in, I cannot remember when. But in terms of the Premier League, that felt like a statement win for Arsenal. It got the job done. It wasn't particularly pretty. It wasn't, but it was a win at Everton, which was never an easy place to go to. After Man City had got on the board, against West Ham in fairly routine fashion. I know you spoke to Simon yesterday and you were talking about Haaland being 1-3 to score any time.
Yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't let you down, does it, if you're a punter?
Well, you can't price him, Dave, can you? You have to go short because, he just keeps scoring goals.
You were talking about his record now. I mean, it is just extraordinary. He's an absolute machine. Anyway, that was City. What's it all mean for the title race? It means pretty much as you were. Arsenal 8-11, Manchester City 11-8. So we're saying it's a 2-horse race. I think that underestimates Aston Villa. I really do. The form team, no question, in the Premier League are 28-1
to win the title. They are favourites today. But Cass, I'm amazed by this. I would have thought Aston Villa, on the form they're in, Manchester United missing players, Africa's Cup of Nations, the injuries, I would have thought Aston Villa are odds on. But they're not. They're 11-10 against Man United 9-4. Is that underestimating Aston Villa again, given they're going for 10 wins in a row?
Yeah, look, we've seen, David, they can be a really good side. And if you can beat Arsenal at home, you can beat Manchester United. You know, you can. The consistency of that team has been extraordinary the last month or two. And you say 28-1. Me and you had a chat, Dave, probably about a month and a half ago, and we talked about Villa with Champions League. And I said, they're a team that look like they can get to Champions League football.
Yeah. And as I say, they are the form team. And they can win games any way. They can score, you know, they win thrillers, sort of 4-3s, 3-2s, but they can grind out sort of the more ugly 1-0. So Emery doing a great job there. But I mentioned Scotland. I mean, again, I cannot remember, guys, a title race in Scotland that had 3 teams still in contention at Christmas. Normally, with the greatest respect, it's often over at this stage. Celtic are favourites, 4-5. Hearts 2-1. Rangers 11-4. So again, are we underestimating Hearts? Bit like Arsenal, I suppose. They've got to prove they can go there and do it. But they're 11-10 favourites to beat Rangers today. Celtic are 1-3 to beat Aberdeen. But I suppose if there's ever a chance that Aberdeen can do Hearts and Rangers a favour, it's this current Celtic side, isn't it? Where Wilfred Nancy's not exactly set the world on fire up there.
No, God, he's absolutely not set anything on fire, to be honest. And you know what? We were talking about it earlier, Dave. We want him to be able to turn it around. Of course you do. It's just hard to visualise him being the man to do it, you know, at the moment. But it's a must-win game today for Celtic against Aberdeen at Parkhead. And we'll see what happens with Hearts. I mean, you've got to take your hat off to them. And Tony Bloom coming into the club, he said he wanted to shake up the Scottish Prem, and he's done that in his first season. He's looking at 10-year plan to win the title. He could do it in his first season. That's crazy. But that just shows you how miles off it the other teams are.
But it also says what one extraordinary operation Tony Bloom runs, because it's not, Hearts, Brighton, Union Saint-Gilloise in Europe. He's a great. I think any football club would love to have him as your owner. I just want to ask you guys: did you stay up on Friday night to watch the Jake Paul?
Well, we got to see the end of it in the office in the early hours of Saturday morning because we were here, so we got to see the kind of big knockout at the end.
Yeah, it was a bizarre old setup, wasn't it? I mean, he did him some damage by the sound of it. But are we finally, probably 5 years too late, going to see Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury? Do you want to see that? Do you want to see that bout anymore? We do, don't we?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Anthony Joshua's going to have to improve. 9-4. Tyson Fury would be 11-4 on to win that one. But hey, listen, they made money, and I don't think you can knock them for that.
Just briefly, Kempton, King George, latest.
Yeah, you talk about Christmas. What does Christmas mean to me? Well, it means Boxing Day off to Kempton for a brilliant renewal of the Ladbrokes King George.
Nice.
In prospect, Willie Mullins, the Irish maestro, has Factor File and Gaelic Warrior, the 2 joint favourites. Nicky Henderson has Django Bay and Harry Redknapp. Harry won't be getting a lot of sleep over Christmas because he's got the Jukebox Man, who is a massive, massive runner. Harry's already admitted that he is nervous, but he loves it, Harry. He puts so much into the game. The Jukebox Man is a major player in the King George.
Dave, Merry Christmas. We'll see you again
to you guys.
soon. Take care of yourself. That was a look at the latest odds with Coral. 18+, begambleaware.org. Please gamble responsibly.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. Get set to bring the cheer this festive season with a sleigh full of free rewards from Coral. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Coming up here next, we'll look back on Liverpool's win last night and what's next for Thomas Frank and Spurs.
Singer?
Oh, Bono.
No.
George Michael.
No. Sings the first line.
Don't know.
Paul Young.
Oh yeah, Luton guy.
Yeah, Luton guy.
Did you know him?
No, I know. No, I've been at Luton Airport. He's been there, but I know people who know him because obviously he's well known in Luton anyway. You know, so yeah. But it's Paul Young. I think it's Paul Young. Is it Boy George or George Michael? That's the order. I think it's Boy George, then George Michael.
Right.
First three.
It's a good song, isn't it? This is the best.
Yeah, it's a classic.
It's been redone so many times. This is the best version.
Yeah.
Do you know what? When I say Jamie's dad did an apprenticeship, Paul Young, I think that's his weird story in Luton back in the day.
Well, he still goes out on tours.
Well, one day I was flying from Glasgow with the kids back to Luton, and this lovely man came up to me and said, "Ma'am, can I help you honour the plane for these kids of yours?" That was my Paul Young impression. Well, he's an American accent, and I was like, I recognise this fellow, and it's Paul Young. How nice of everyone to
he's meant to be. I mean, you're only going from what people I know him. Say he's a really lovely man.
Have you heard the mad story about him and Gino D'Acampo?
No.
Did Gino not? Maybe I shouldn't say this out loud. Did he not rob his house?
Oh, I don't know.
Years ago?
I've no.
Someone Google it. Someone Google that story, or maybe don't.
He had a very strange relationship with his wife. I know that.
Yeah.
It was well documented.
Yeah.
That eventually when she came back and, but he was. What was her name again? Was it Stacey?
That sounds right.
Yeah, Stacey, I think his wife. Well, she was a model. But hey, really, look, his music of the 80s was terrific, wasn't it?
Every time you go
away,
yeah. Morning, Paul. Give us a call, Paul. If he's
great singer, great voice.
Let's focus on the game yesterday. Liverpool beat Spurs 2-1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. An absolute cracker. In the end, Spurs go down to 9 men. Xavi Simons was sent off in the first half for scraping down the back of Virgil van Dijk's ankle. Christian Romero then also saw red after a clash with Kanati and got 2 yellows to see him send off in the game. Luckily for us, Jason Cundy and Jamie O'Hara were on air when the Spurs skipper got sent off.
You cannot trust him. It's unbelievable. Spurs, somehow, with 10 men, have managed to get themselves back, not only back into the game, they've got Liverpool penned in. They win the free kick. Canate has gone through Romero.
He can get the winner. Or he can go and get the draw.
Right, okay, they've gone through him. They won the free kick. He then kicks out. It's soft. But he kicks out. The referee's looking at him. He's kicked Canate in the chest. It's soft. It's unbelievable, this end to this game, by the way.
Ridiculous stuff, though, from Romero. He's a walking red card.
I mean, did he want Christmas off? Watching Christian Romero.
Well, he is. I mean, Jamie was about to say he's a walking red card, which he can be. He's a loose cannon. He loses it on the pitch. And I can't believe how good Spurs were with sort of the last 10 minutes and attacking with 9 men, and yet had no intentions of that in the first half. And that will fall on Thomas Frank.
Yeah. See the Xavi Simons sending off?
Yeah.
Was that not just a bit of an accident the way he's caught Van Dijk?
He catches him, doesn't he? I mean, look, sending offs can be pretty tame. I thought it was a little bit unfair on him. And likewise, Romero, it's not a real kick in the chest, but that's the modern game. That you're going to be walking. If you mistime a challenge slightly and it's down the back of Van Dijk's Achilles, you're off.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about it earlier on, but Romero, like, you're the captain. Suit up a bit. Like, stop feigning injury. Stop rolling around. Toughen up.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
for the goal,
try to win a game.
Goal, he's got to defend better than that.
Even Canate, the way he was holding at his chest. I mean, Romero's, he's kicked out at him. He's put his knee up at him. He's barely connected with the guy. And he's rolling around like he's been hit. I mean, it's so embarrassing.
Well, do you know what it is for me? Is that I've trained with some of these guys, that the centre halves, and Canate's about 6'4", 6'5", right? He's built like an absolute brick, you know, like solid as a rock.
Big old
and
guy.
you see these guys in the gym, and they're strong, incredible. They're great athletes, and yet the slightest touch, and they're like in agony, rolling around or moaning about. I mean,
trying to cheat. You're just trying to cheat. We should find them for that.
You know, it's a weird one.
It's just because it's embarrassing.
I find it hard to understand why players seem so soft when they're clearly not.
Yeah.
They're not soft.
Tough
but they act like. I mean, who was the player yesterday with his lip? Was it the Chelsea game? Was it Spurs? I can't remember. Where he got a cut on his lip and he's just.
Frimpong.
Frimpong, that was it. Liverpool. And he's literally complaining and showing his lip.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of blood on it. It's like, well, yeah. You know, like, so ref, look what he's done to me. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I would never have done that. Ever.
You look at Jake Paul getting his jaw broke twice the other night by AJ.
Okay.
And he's sticking his tongue out and, winding up. Come on, guys. Get a grip. Sorry, I know I've never played the game before, so you can't have that opinion. But you can look at that and go, get a grip of yourself. You're an embarrassment. And kids are watching you, and they're doing that now at grassroots.
Oh, I go to kids' football every weekend, and some of them rolling around. There's loads of family members, mums and dads who are watching, or granddads, and go to games and watch their kids play. They're rolling around with the slightest touch and making these incredible screams as well while they're doing it.
Someone who can talk to us more about this.
Anyway,
we've gone down the rabbit hole now.
This is the ultimate.
Good morning to former Spurs coach who now works for the Georgia national team, David Webb. David, can you understand where we're coming from here watching that yesterday from Romero and Canate, that rolling around nonsense?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, I watched the game. It was a strange game. I think you made a good point that Tottenham sort of came alive when they were down in numbers. But yeah, it's the modern day game. I'm afraid it's as he said, that they're built, they're very strong, they're athletic, and yeah, I think if they can gain an advantage any way they can nowadays, I think sometimes some modern day players will look at that and try and take it.
Well, that's what I was saying, David. Like, I mean, you would have trained and been in gymnasiums with these players and see incredibly how strong they are and they're built. So, how they. And I'm looking now and I'm thinking, are these the same people that go on the pitch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. I suppose it is frustrating. It can be frustrating as well, because like I say, they're incredible athletes, incredibly strong. But I think, obviously, we know that they're not hurt sometimes in these challenges. But I think it is just about gaining advantages, especially at this level, international level, where I work, in Premier League level. So. Is it gamesmanship or is it trying to gain an advantage? It depends on who you speak to, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, will it be looked at afterwards? Because we just touched on the 9 men and how Liverpool are hanging on against Spurs, who have got 9 men. That in itself feels like it's a criticism of Spurs, because when you got 11, you didn't show anywhere near the same intentions. I mean, it was one of the worst first halves I've seen between Spurs and Liverpool. It was such a non-event.
Yeah, it was quite pragmatic in the first half. I think. Yeah, you could see that maybe a set piece or something might open it up. There was sort of lack of attacking chances, and then I think sometimes when teams go down to sort of 10 men, and in this case Tottenham's 9 men, it sort of fires them up. Obviously, you've played the game, Tony. It fires them up, and you think it gets in them in that mentality. Well, we've got nothing to lose now. We're not going to sit in. We've got to try and attack the game. And I think something just kicks in within them and said, well, we have to try and do something here. It's not an even game. It's not a chess match anymore. We've got to try and, take the incentive here.
How are you viewing things for Thomas Frank at Spurs, David?
Yeah, do you know what? I really like Thomas. I thought he was phenomenal at Brentford. He done an incredible job. And I think he just needs time to settle, in my opinion, because I think sometimes, we can be jumping, we can be critical so early of managers, especially when they don't start, and especially at a club the size of Tottenham, because it's a massive club. I think he just needs a little bit of time to try and adapt and implement, because, I know he's a good coach. But I just think Tottenham haven't had the start they wanted.
Missing Maddison, missing Kulusevski, he is missing key players, right?
Yeah, you miss that creativity. Tottenham have got fantastic players. You look at their squad and you look at the depth of the squad, and you think, they have got game changers. They've got players that can score goals, create goals. But when you've got players like Maddison out and Kulusevski and even Solanke to that focal point, it does take its toll.
Where were you, David, in your coaching career? Because you've worked with former Bayern player Willy Sagnol, with Georgia. So what are your intentions with your coaching from now on in?
Yeah, so I'm still with Georgia at the minute, and we unfortunately didn't qualify for the World Cup, which was a little bit frustrating. We had a very tough group with Spain and Turkey, and
wow, that is tough.
Yeah, it was really tough. I think I've played Spain since I've been there for 2 years, 4 times, and I'm sick to death of them now. They're too good. They're too good. So yeah, I think with that, obviously my ambition was always to go back to be a head coach. And that's the aim. I'm happy with Georgia at the minute, but in football, if these opportunities do come about, I'm definitely open and I'm definitely ready to look at those for sure.
Interesting. All right, David. Well, Merry Christmas when it comes. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a good Christmas. Bye-bye.
Take care of yourself, David. For the Georgia national team, former Spurs coach David Webb there. Interesting seeing that. I wonder if he's coming back over here.
Well, look,
maybe.
It's a very tough gig being on the coaching staff, because obviously if a manager goes, then all the staff can go as well, don't they? There's very few that stay on board when all the coaching team of the next manager come in.
Yeah.
It's a really tricky gig.
We spoke about the games yesterday, the number of players that are missing because they're off to AFCON. We're going to get ahead of that and look ahead to AFCON next. We're going out to Morocco. Morning. morning to you. This is the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne and former Millwall striker Tony Cascarino. Right, Cash, you're not on social media. We said we were going to get you on it before Christmas.
All right.
But we have failed in our mission. Absolutely failed. So we've devised something to keep you up to speed with what you need to know.
Daunton plays it in again towards Tony Cascarino.
Good morning, Cascarino.
Tony. Oh, at the same time. Oh, lucky man. How can you spend 25 grand on a handbag? Come on. But you just said to me I didn't have to do anything. I'm scary enough as it is.
Never fear. Culture Cass is here.
Yep, Culture Cast. So what we need to do is let you know the trends that are going around on social media, what's trend and what's viral, and let us know if you think it will stick around or if it's going to be a flash in the pan. Have you heard of the viral sweet potato?
No.
Do you want to know about it?
I'm going in.
Okay, so it started...
I know what sweet potato is, but yeah.
The viral sweet potato started as a pregnancy craving. It's one baked sweet potato with a block of cheese stuffed straight down the middle. It's now a popular snack, apparently, in the UK and worldwide with the Preggers women. But now the Preggers women have spread that on to everyone who wants a baked potato stuffed with cheese.
Right.
Sweet baked potato. I love sweet baked potatoes. What are we thinking about that? Is that going to stick?
Well, it don't mean nothing to me. First of all, I don't need to get pregnant. And secondly,
Well, looking at you, you've been eating all the pies.
I'm actually doing well this year. You're digging me out quite a lot, aren't you?
It's because it's endearing things, because I fancy you. That's what we're doing it.
Right. I love jacket potato.
Sweet potatoes are better than jacket potatoes.
Yeah, I know. I have had them. Yeah, they are tasty. And they're a lot more healthier option, aren't they? Yeah, they are.
Cheese on top. It'll stick
well,
around. I thought sweet potatoes and cheese was like the norm for a long, long time.
No.
Anytime I work a day.
Jacket potato and cheese with a bit of tuna. I like to do that.
Jacket potato. A jacket potato.
Oh, I love a jacket potato.
It might stick around.
Right.
You're listening to Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Today, the African Cup of Nations gets underway out in Morocco. For the first time in history, the tournament will be played across the Christmas and New Year period. For the first game, will be host Morocco. They face Comoros in Group A. Comoros, great place. I've been there many times. Somebody who is looking forward to the competition shaping up is African football correspondent Eric Nehru. Good morning, Eric. How are you?
Hi, Eric.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm well. We're looking forward to the tournament today. It's a good morning, in Morocco. It's cold, but there's football later on, so we're feeling good. We're feeling fantastic. We're looking forward to the games.
Good.
Well, come on. So let's have a look at the main protagonists of winning the chance. I mean, Senegal, Nigeria, Morocco, the host nation, and also there's Salah to talk about as well, isn't there, with Egypt?
Yeah, of course. There's a lot to talk about now because all those nations, there's not really a particular, let's say, favorite now in the AFCON, but we normally see that during the quarterfinals, the semi-finals. But like you've mentioned, Senegal, Nigeria, I think the pressure is so much on Nigeria and Egypt also, and Morocco, because Egypt, Mohamed Salah, probably the best player right now in Africa, and also Mahmoud from Man City. Nigeria, they've got the Fulham trio, Chukwueze, Iwobi, Calvin Bassey. Morocco, they're the host. They have to win. They've not won AFCON despite that performance at the World Cup in Qatar, and also the junior teams have been performing well. Now, they're playing at home, so the pressure is on them to deliver coming to this AFCON.
What's the atmosphere like, Eric? Is it building up? Is it real football fandom? How's the vibe?
Oh, Moroccans are very excited. I think this is probably one of the biggest nations as far as football is concerned in Africa. Remember, they have also put a bid towards the World Cup in 2030 with Spain and Portugal. And right here in Casablanca and Rabat, we've got two of the biggest clubs in Africa, and everything you can see, it's color red. People are excited. The tickets have been sold out for the games featuring Morocco. I think the 3 group games. So you can clearly tell that stadium will be buzzing later on tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Morocco, I got some good and bad memories of Morocco because when I was at Marseille, we would go the sort of mid-season break, we'd go to Marrakesh, we'd do a training camp, and then we'd play some of the local teams. And I was, incredible players with technique, all different levels.
Yeah, listen, man, Morocco, for me, I think when they start playing football, they're all focused on going to Europe. So the preparations are quite hard and quite. strong from the junior levels, from the under 18s, from the under 16. They have to train. They've not won AFCON despite that performance at the World Cup in Qatar. And also the junior teams have been performing well. Now, they're playing at home, so the pressure is on them to deliver coming to this AFCON.
What's the
they don't see themselves like they want to play here. They want to go and play in Europe in the best leagues in the world. So that's why they have to be prepared quite early. And now you can see almost the entire national team plays in Europe. All their players, they are the best players in Africa and in the world. Hakimi has just won the African Player of the Year a couple of weeks ago after winning the Champions League with PSG. So you can tell in Morocco they're quite serious about football.
And there's always a mad story as well from AFCON. Last time it was Ivory Coast sacked the manager mid-tournament, didn't they?
Yep.
Cameroon have been an interesting talking point going into the tournament. Something about 2 teams. Can you explain that to us?
To Cameroon, yeah, of course. So Cameroon now, they always have issues because of their president, Samuel Eto'o. There have been issues between the national government who tried to run things and also the federation. Now, the federation, if you go back to 2 years ago, the federation appointed their own coach and the government appointed their own coach. But by the end of the day, the government won because the government is the one that pays salaries. And Samuel Eto'o, the president of the federation, was okay with it. But now, until most recently, when they failed to qualify for the FIFA World Cup that is coming up in the US, he sacked the coach. And I think the government now accepted that. There were talks of the second team being named by another coach, but I think that has now gone under the bridge. And now we have only one team here coming to Morocco that has been accepted and approved by Samuel Eto'o, and that is the team now that includes the likes of Brian Bomo and Carlos Baliba of Brighton.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just tell us, because AFCON 2028, obviously after that, it's going to go to every 4 years. How's that gone down with the fans?
Well, I mean, people are mad right here in Africa because AFCON is different from the Euros or Copa America or the Olympics or the World Cup. We don't feel we need to wait for 4 years like the rest of the continents. Playing every 2 years gives a chance for every single player on this continent because unlike Europe where players are at their prime for the longest, yes, some players hit their form for 2 or 3 years and you don't even see them again. There was a team that played well from, I think, Burkina Faso, and we never had them again, we never saw them again. Senegal hit their form at the right time. So Africans, especially journalists here and fans, are not happy with the announcement that came yesterday because they feel FIFA and Europe has found their way. And now they have won because when Infantino came in, he said he would like to see AFCON being played every 4 years. But Africans wanted AFCON every 2 years. That's why last year it was so much fun in Ivory Coast. In a few years, we're going to Kenya for another AFCON. So to be honest, that one has not gone down well with Africans down here.
You look at Morocco though, I mean, they've got the World Cup, obviously, 'cause they're in Scotland's group, they might struggle at the World Cup in June, and then of course AFCON now. It's a lot as well. Eric, who's going to win and who do you support?
Oh, that's tricky. I expect Morocco to win. I'm supporting Egypt because I'm a Liverpool fan. I like Salah, obviously.
Okay.
But I think the pressure is so much on Morocco. Like I told you, they performed so well at the World Cup in Qatar. So they have to do it, and there's no other chance than doing it at home.
Okay, Eric and Juru, thank you so much. Enjoy AFCON. We'll catch up with you later on.
Cheers, Eric.
Yeah, of course. See you soon. Bye.
Take care, Eric. Coming up for you next, we're chatting Celtic. Are they in crisis mode? 4 games in under Nancy and all losses. You're listening to The Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT.
fancied having a beer in the stands while watching your team at the Emirates? Well, this season you actually can, and not just there. You can do it at Anfield, Goodison Park, Stamford Bridge and Old Trafford too. But hold on, I hear you cry. Isn't drinking alcohol in the stands at Premier League games illegal? You're right, for the men's game it still is, but the Women's Super League is doing something different. And here's how we got there. Back in the 1980s, football had a serious image problem. The sport was plagued by violence, pitch invasions and beer-fuelled chaos. From fan riots at the 1980 Scottish Cup final to the Heysel disaster years later, things were unsafe and the consequences were disastrous. Then in 1985, Margaret Thatcher's government stepped in. They introduced the Sporting Events Control of Alcohol Act, banning alcohol in view of the pitch across England and Wales. Since then, many fans and clubs have called for the law to be relaxed, especially since other sports don't face the same restrictions. If you're popping down to watch the Red Roses roar at Twickenham, feel free to grab a pint on the way to your seat. Wandering down to Lords to catch some boundary bashing? Fill your boots with G&Ts. But if you were hoping to cheers your club's promotion to the Premier League with a Prosecco in hand from pitchside, sorry, it'll have to be tea or Bovril. In 2021, it looked like things might finally change. The government commissioned the Crouch Report, a fan-led review into football governance. One recommendation was to allow League Two and National League clubs to lift the alcohol ban to boost matchday revenue. But nothing came of it. Authorities still weren't convinced that fans could be trusted. And then in January 2025, something did change. The Women's Championship, now called the WSL 2, launched a trial allowing fans to drink in the stands. The reasoning? Well, fans at women's matches tend to behave differently. Less aggression, more family-friendly vibes. Now, the women's game is raising the bar, literally. Select WSL and WSL2 stadiums are allowing fans to drink alcohol in view of the pitch. It's been a landmark move, showing growing trust in fans and recognising that women's football is building its own culture. So could the men's game be the next to leave the 1980s behind? Well, maybe, if fans can prove they can handle a pint without pitching it at someone. Yeah, don't hold your breath. Until then, it's Bovril all around. Cheers to that.
Good morning, this is the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne and former Gillingham striker Tony Cascarino.
Good morning.
We'll be asking if Bazball is dead after an absolute battering down under.
Australia have beaten England at Adelaide in the third test match. The Ashes has been wrapped up inside 11 days.
We'll look ahead to Villa against Manchester United at 4:30 today. Are Villa in a title race?
Unai Emery is the governor, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, he is actually the governor.
The proper.
Arsenal fans don't want to hear this, but they would have won the league if they kept him.
Oh, Rory Jennings there, just rubbing things in. And we'll be signing off for Christmas with a bit of this.
No, it's not. He once famously said, "It's Christmas" on talkSPORT.
His voice went... You're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Good morning to you. So obviously, Villa Man United, big game today at 4 o'clock. All the updates on Game Day Live with Sam Matterface at 2:30 this afternoon. The game kicks off at 4:30. Up the road, Wilfred Nancy might be walking out of Parkhead alone if his poor run of results continue. He's already become the first Celtic manager ever to lose his first 4 games in charge. And after the latest embarrassment against Dundee United on Wednesday, Rangers legend Ali McCoist joined our huge Celtic fan Alan Brazil to rub it in. Here you go.
All right. All right, enough. I mean, I'm out here. Virgin Radio here.
Anyone.
Goisty!
Happy Christmas, Goisty!
He can't get his scratch on. Here he is.
Gabby, what was my bet for the start of the season? Rangers and Villa to win the league. On you go!
Let's do it, Ali! All the way, my friend!
Gabby, pass me that heart scarf. I've never seen him so excited. Have you? Wee Vivs behind you. Your square sausage is ready. All that tree falls in your head.
Wee bit of brown sauce. That's what I'm having now. Wee bit of brown sauce and a glass of champagne.
Oh, but pores all day. Beat it.
Do you know what? They do this to each other all the time, and more recently, obviously, Alan has the upper hand over Ali, but Ali is loving it. At the minute, absolutely loving it. Up next for Celtic is Aberdeen this afternoon at Parkhead, and then there's the huge game between Hearts and Rangers at Tynecastle. So bad time for Celtic. Somebody here can speak to us in more detail about it. Keen to get his thoughts this morning. Celtic legend Frank McAvenny is with us now. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, guys.
Hi, Frank. You okay? I'm getting sick of you, Frank, or you're getting sick of me. We chatted in midweek.
Yeah, good to see you again, mate.
It's been a while. What were we talking about on the podcast? You did Frank's podcast?
I don't know. I told a few stories, but it was hard because I think I kept talking too much, and Frank was jumping in. I took a bit too much airtime.
You were brilliant, Tony. You were a different classmate.
It was good fun.
Let's be frank.
What was your mate's name again? I forgot.
Simon Houston.
You kept calling him Alan. His name's Simon.
Simon.
I didn't hear it because I'm totally deaf in one ear, Frank. So that's my excuse. And I remember I was sort of listening. I kept thinking, I'm sure he said Alan. And then I called it, and then you started laughing, and I saw your face laughing. It was like, his name's Simon.
I'm still calling him Alan. It's all right.
Frank, talk to us about how you're feeling with things at Celtic. It's just an absolute strange time, isn't it?
Do we have to, Shebahn?
I know.
I know. It's pretty poor at the moment. Listen, everyone comparing him when he came down, they lost a couple of games, but the thing was, we saw what Ange was trying to do right from the start. I don't know what this guy's trying to do. I mean, he came in. He plays this a certain way, three at the back, which is fine if it works. If you've got the players that can do that. Because when we played three at the back. It was five when we were under pressure because the two fullback, your pal Chris Morris and Anton Rogan came back. They used to come back and make it a five. And we worked it out ourselves. I don't know about you, Tony, but I can't be bothered with it. I see this dragging the captain over and showing him weird tactics, and that's junior football. I mean, that's just no disrespect to the guy. If he'd have won it, we wouldn't have been talking about this. But it's embarrassing because of the results. He's the same as Ange in respect that he doesn't really care about defending.
Yeah. Frank, I would say that common sense doesn't play a part so often now. And I look at coaches who come into football clubs who think the idea and they're just going to, go down that road without looking at what they've got at their disposal. And then, like you said, that players do know football themselves. A lot of these players will be coaches one day or working in football. So when they see you making fundamental mistakes, they go, is this guy serious about, and I feel like he's walked in and changed so much so quickly that you end up putting pressure on yourself.
Well, of course, you're hearing all the stories coming out of Celtic Park now. Obviously, myself being up here, I'm hearing the stories that his training is not very good. And, I mean, they wouldn't be. I mean, they wouldn't be stories if he'd been putting the chances in. We've created chances.
Yeah.
I thought. That we played pretty good. Was it Dundee United when Iniacho was playing for?
First
for 25 minutes, he was because as well as me, Tony, being a centre forward, it's not just about scoring goals. You've got to hold the line. You've got to hold the ball, take a few kicks for the team, get them up the park. But we've not got that. If Iniacho's not playing, when he was playing last week for 25 minutes, he was holding the two defenders off, bringing his teammates in it, and I thought, well, there we go. That's the way we're going to be playing. And he went off, and Johnny Kenny, come on, no disrespect, Johnny Kenny, but it really was men against boys. against, St Mirren and Dundee United. They were just shoving him off. So Johnny's got, if he's going to lead the line for Celtic, he's got to, try and use his upper body strength and keep hold of the ball.
And that's mad, Frank, because when Martin O'Neill came in, Johnny Kenny was scoring goals. It's all really changed overnight, and you want him to succeed, you want him to do well, but you've not really seen any true glimpses of the fact that he's the guy who can do that. And O'Neill, working here at talkSPORT, he said it on the Monday morning, I could have lost to Roma, I could have lost the cup final, that could have very much so been me, and you've got to give him a chance.
Yeah.
But listen, if he doesn't win today, what would you say?
Well, listen, I'm all for giving the guy a chance. I really am. But listen, Hearts are playing Rangers before Celtic play today. They're playing a 1. So either of them win. If Hearts win, they go 8 points clear. And if Rangers win, they go level. I mean, when with the Coisties, he's singing and dancing and all that. He unbelievable. It's the only time he's phoned everyone. I think I missed call for him. So that's the only time in my life I've got a missed call for him. So he's phoning everyone now. He's like the phone, but he's phoning everybody. So
I'm told that no one can get hold of him though when he's needed.
I know. He's doing the hydro with another podcast, and I'm like that. My God, he'll just be. Can you imagine if Rangers are top of the league? My God, it's what a turnaround that'll be.
Well, listen, what an incredible season so far, for all the wrong reasons for Celtic, for all the wrong reasons for Rangers, but for all the right reasons for Hearts, Frank. I mean, what a job McInnes is doing up there.
He's a great guy as well. I mean, I got on well with McInnes. He's a good lad. He knows his game. He knows his Scottish football, and not just that. He knows the game. So he's got. Listen, I don't know what kind of system they work. You guys might know better than me, but that system that they've got and they're bringing players in. Where the boy Braga, what a song they've got for him as well. But
all we need is Claudio Braga.
It's brilliant. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant when they all start singing it. And fair play Hearts, they've been the best team. Yet there's no way that they don't deserve it. So I'm just hoping something can work. As you know, Tony, when you come in, you don't. If you change something so quickly, the boys don't. I think Callum McGregor. I feel sorry for Callum because 3 times he get pulled over the other day there for the manager, and I'm thinking he's got his own game to worry about.
Yeah,
he's got his own game because people are getting on his back, and I feel for him because he's coming over and he's got to hold his hand over his mouth and all that kind of nonsense that they do nowadays. I mean, we sorted it out ourselves. I don't understand.
No, you're right.
We sorted it ourselves.
They look confused.
Yeah. I've got to ask you, Frank, because obviously you're a Celtic fan, but you started your career at St Mirren and they lifted the trophy last weekend.
Unbelievable. Won again yesterday, Tony. Listen, I had 5 great seasons at St Mirren. So I was a wee bit disappointed, obviously, last week, but I was delighted that St Mirren won it. If anyone's going to win it, I want St Mirren. Everyone knows I'm a Celtic supporter, but their buddies were just... The boy Robertson, he's done a magnificent job for them. Absolute brilliant. And what he's did, it's as if he's gone back to the old school. He's just got big boys, but big boys that can put themselves about and they can play. The boys love it. They bullied Celtic. They just knocked them about. And when they get the chance, they can hold the ball and they can play as well, which is it's not often you see big lads that can. Sometimes they can't strap a medicine ball in a phone box, but these guys can play.
And also West Ham, another loss for them yesterday. This time 3-0 at the hands of Man City. Do you think they're going to go down, Frank?
I think there's a chance. I do. I think there's a chance. But listen, if anyone can change it, this guy. They're talking about him getting sacked now as well, aren't they? So
no.
How many times are they going to bring people in and? Listen, they keep moaning about money, but they keep sacking managers. I don't know. I like this guy. I like this guy as a manager. Again, like Celtic, I don't think he's got good players there. Celtic have not got good players, Tony. I don't. Shebahn, they've not. We can all blame managers and we can do this, but there's 8 players that I wouldn't have in the Celtic team.
Yeah.
When they're playing, they play. They're great. They give it, and people are giving it. He gives 100%. Surely that's a given. to give 100%. That's part of you as Roy Keane, to praise Roy Keane. That's your job. You know, to do that, you've got to put yourself about and show that you want to play for the team. And West Ham players, I just don't know if that defence. I look at the defence, because me and you are strikers, too, and I look at the defenders and I look at the strikers. I mean, God, me and you playing up front against Celtic or West Ham would score goals, even now.
Won't go that far, Frank.
A
lot will be on you.
I'll do your running for you.
Frank McAvenny, what a treat. Thank you so much for coming on, and Merry Christmas to you.
Cheers, Merry Christmas, guys. Take care.
Take care of yourself. We've just heard from your mate, Alan Houston, also known as Simon, but he's laughing it off. He's been renamed Alan, God love him. Frank McAvenny, what a treat. Thank you so much. You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Coming up next, we'll get into the Ashes post-mortem for England. Cascarino. Good morning. This is the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne Tony Cascarino. 40 minutes left until Christmas time. Well, Christmas for you. I'm working tomorrow.
Are you?
I'm covering drive.
You
for
love
Goldstein.
that extra work, didn't you?
Well, actually, I was on early breakfast, and then Max from Drive said, any chance you'd cover Drive instead? And I thought, long lie.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, why? But take them while you can. And then we're going on holiday.
I know. New Year, Christmas Eve, yeah?
On Christmas Eve to the sunshine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be nice. 40 minutes till Cass goes on his holidays.
I'm
Have
not
you
going
done-
on holiday.
Do you think you've done, well, Christmas holidays?
Yeah, Christmas.
When are you back in then? I don't know what
Next
date it is.
weekend.
Well, what's that, 27th? 27th?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I'm just trying to work out myself. What date are we today? I don't even know.
God
Is it
knows.
20th today, isn't it?
Absolutely.
21st.
Close.
21st today.
Yeah, well, 4 days to Christmas.
Yeah.
You do the math.
20, so I'm back in next Saturday, which will be the 27th.
Right, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Do you think you've done enough to make Santa's good list this year?
Probably not.
Like your honesty?
Probably not.
Okay.
I've always been a bit of a naughty boy.
Wow.
I mean, as in, I'd get things wrong every now and again. I get put in my place by either my mum, my sister, or my wife.
Surround yourself by strong women, Cass, just to tell you you're wrong all the time. And
Yeah, so don't you start.
Yeah, to be fair. Right, here's what's coming up for you on talkSPORT today. 10 o'clock. I wonder if these guys are on the naughty list or the nice. Sean Cust's got to be on the naughty list.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, Sean. You can't say good morning.
I'm
at
sure
10
he's going
o'clock.
to come on this morning, and I'm guarantee he's going to be furious about the penalty that Newcastle had. It's a definite.
Henry went to the.
And to be fair, I thought straight away that's a pen.
Yeah.
On the tackle on Gordon. Well, tackle. It's literally barged him.
Barged them? Steam train?
Yeah, and it was a vital moment of the game as well.
It would have been Sunday edition. Henry Winter and Sean Custis, two good guys on the good list at 10 o'clock this morning. Then 12 o'clock, Max and Barry are here on the warm-up. Sam Matterface is with you, going all around the grounds on Game Day Live from 2 o'clock this afternoon. All of the goals as they happen. Loads of live sport over on talkSPORT 2. Get yourself into the Christmas darts action at Ali Pali. Sessions at 12:30 and 7 o'clock. And then NFL tonight, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Denver Broncos over on talkSPORT 2. Here on talkSPORT, Madge and Pards are taking all of your calls on the final word, taking all the calls on the weekend's football from 6:30. And then Danny Kelly on the Trans Euro Express to see you through your Sunday night from 9 o'clock. Download the talkSPORT app. Stay with us for absolutely everything today. Now, let's talk about the cricket. Some of you are still to go out for the final 2 tests, and it's all over for England. They've been battered in the Ashes after 11 days of play. Ben Stokes' side are 3-0 down, probably heading towards a whitewash, which could lead to the end of the Bazball era. Head coach Brendan McCullum has said, I've been very strong about the conviction we had in our preparation. And you know, for us, it was a matter of trying to replicate what we had done in the series that had been successful for us away from home. Maybe we didn't get that right, and I acknowledge that. Somebody who can give us more on this now, former England spinner and the man who riled up Steve Smith before it all began. Good morning to Monty Panesar. How are you, sir?
Monty.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, thank you for having me on the show.
Monty, is there any positives? And look, England have lost 3-0 and it's been done in a very short time. Is there any positive for England to take away from this test or this series?
Well, I suppose Adelaide's been their best test match out of the 3. And I suppose they, the first 2 test matches, the pitches were slightly bouncier and had a bit more pace on it. And they probably weren't prepared for the conditions. And Australia were really smart. They produced, fast, bouncy pitches, especially, Perth and then Brisbane, helped them as well, being the pink ball test as well. So I think now looking back, even Brendan McCullum kind of said that, maybe they got the preparation wrong. And I think everyone, the ex sort of England players who've played, in Ashes series, the British media, and even in the Australian media when I was in Australia for the last month or so, everyone was just sort of thinking, why aren't England, playing any warm-up games like when we did back in 2010-11? We had 3 warm-up games. We didn't lose any of them. We knew what was, how we had to play all these Australian conditions. And I think that's the area where probably Brendan McCullum now regrets, because They could have had a few warm-up games. They could have played the way they batted, in Perth and Brisbane. But then they could have worked out what works and what doesn't. And I think now they've kind of finally got a template in this Adelaide Test match, which has been probably their best one. How to sort of, bowl on these pitches, how to bat, and so hopefully we'll see a better performance in Melbourne.
Yeah, it was some strange things happened along the way, which is like when England did get in a good position, and like in Adelaide, Nathan Lyon come on and then got Zach Crawley out, gets him away from his crease and gets caught. And that seemed to be the common theme, that someone from Australia would step in, whether it was Boland, whether it was Nathan Lyon. It just felt that would happen so often.
Yeah, because this Australian team is stronger, and I think mentally, physically, and technically stronger team. I think Steve Smith and Pat Cummins are probably better captains technically and tactically as well. What it is that whenever England were in a strong position, even at Perth, Brisbane, or Adelaide, they just didn't know how to hold on to that position, and they kind of like gave away the momentum. But Perth, it happened second day after lunch. Ollie Pope played on the up, and suddenly wickets, the massive collapse there. Brisbane, it happened in the second innings. They were 1 for 89. Then there was 634 in a space of like 10 overs between the 20th and the 30th over. Adelaide, the same, but they showed a bit more. I think a different type of innings we saw with Zach Crawley. It took him about 20 to 30 balls. Only scoring one run and then getting into it. So Zach Crawley's learning, I think that's a really big positive, that he's understanding how to adapt on these kind of pitches. Ben Stokes is showing so much fight, and I think, the other team's got to, raise, but their game as well, with him. But generally speaking, it's the top order hasn't really fired, and they haven't had the attack to take 20 wickets, which has been the biggest issue for this, England team. So the middle and the lower order's done really well. But it's the top order that hopefully we'll see in Melbourne, do better. And they just need a bowling attack that takes 20 wickets.
Yeah. Fourth test, Melbourne, as you just mentioned. What's it like, Monty? I mean, I don't know if you've experienced it, but what do you think, going into the fourth test when you're 3-0 down?
Yeah, look, everyone is saying Pat Ball is dead. Everyone is like, coming after now this England team that they're all saying about, even, why didn't you guys... it happens, once in 20 to 30 years. You win in Australia. So why didn't you follow the template of, the team that I played under, 2010 and 11, where we had a few warm-up games at the start, and even the Indian team, which beat Australia at Perth, they had 10 days preparation at the Wacker pitch. England didn't do anything. They were at Lilac Hill, which is like a club cricket, wicket, low bounce. Completely different conditions to Perth, and they weren't ready for it at all. So hopefully, these guys learn quickly, and the next two test matches, especially at, Melbourne, they can obviously find an attack, which I think, can pick up 20 wickets, maybe bring in an extra bowler, take the burden off Ben Stokes, and then Ben Stokes could possibly bat at 3. But the media is after them now. They're really think that it's been a bit of a stag trip. The guys went to Noosa, 4 days off, enjoying themselves there, taking pictures with guys saying Baz Bull Anonymous need helpline with, Ben Stokes having a picture with them and having a good laugh and a joke. But I think now it's sort of like, come on guys, we want to see England show a bit of fight. We want to see a better performance, at Melbourne. And they may have to think about, what their best team will be for Melbourne. But they are, look, let's be honest, this team is underprepared. They're not mentally stronger as the Australians, and Australians, I think, physically just a tougher team.
Oh, what a disaster for them. Monty Panesar, thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Monty.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Speak to you again very, very soon, Monty Panesar there.
That's damning, isn't it? Monty, what you said there, underprepared, and, not having practice days or going on a wicket and just seeing how the ball rolls, or, just being... everything, even the mentality of the team it affects.
Fail to prepare. Prepare to fail.
It's a strange one, because after 3-0 down, a lot of stuff will come out.
Yeah. You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Coming up next, we'll build up to Aston Villa against Manchester United with Villa legend Ian Taylor. He's with us next.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go.
Good morning. This is the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. It's Shebahn Aherne and former Gillingham striker Tony Cascarino, and we've been joined by Santa's little helper. Sean Custis is with us.
Feeling very Christmassy this morning.
Oh, why not? Unless it's really bad.
In what world is that not a penalty at St James's Park?
I mean, you would say this.
We've got. I know there's people on social media going whinging Geordies and all that, calling us meat pie munchers and always complaining and that. But seriously, it's a stick-on penalty. I've just been talking to Tony before we came on again here. I know he's been saying the same thing. It's a penalty. Now, Tony's a big lad. He was strong in the box. There is no way he would have survived that challenge. He is cleaned out, Anthony Gordon, and there's no question about it. If that's your team, whoever you support, you'd think penalty. Yes, they're taking the mickey out of us. I get it. But honestly.
Oh, no, we agree with you. The VAR said it was shoulder on shoulder. But it's been taken out by a train.
And it's not the only one either. Because if you look at... I am going to sound like whinging Geordie, but if you look at James's tackle later on, the great tackle he's supposed to have made on Harvey Barnes, he doesn't get the ball at all. He never touches the ball. And everybody applauds him for an amazing tackle. You haven't examined that one, have you?
No, I haven't examined it.
He doesn't touch the ball. No. 2 penalties. And when he pulls the player back towards the end, I know it's in the 93rd minute, might not make any difference.
Red card as well for you?
Red card. Goodness me. Triple hammered. Not very generous by Sunday for Christmas, that.
Honestly, Sean, the thing I had was that, who was it? Pete in the VAR, who's
Peter Banks.
Peter Banks. Peter Banks hasn't said to the referee, you need to have a look. Now, if the referee goes to the monitor and then goes, no, still don't think it, I'm okay with that. If he really felt that wasn't a foul, I'm okay with that. But to not have 2 of them, literally, Peter Banks say no, and the referee on the field say no as well. I was shocked. As soon as I saw it, I thought, that's a definite pen.
It's scandalous, isn't it? But I mean, I understand that, you know, I was thinking maybe it's just because I'm biased, just because I'm Newcastle, but to have everybody and a lot of pros like yourself, Ali McCoist on TV,
Ali's on call,
Stonewall penalty. Everybody's agreeing Shearer's going mad.
He's been wiped out.
He's absolutely been taken out, and that would have made us pretty safe in the game, to be honest, and would have probably gone on and won it quite comfortably. So, yes. But that's not just the reason I'm here.
You're here to spread the festive cheer, Sean.
Sunday edition is coming up, obviously an hour later at 10 o'clock. And we'll also discuss the Ashes debacle as well. But nothing is worse than that penalty decision.
What about Romero? Oh, he's on the naughty list for that nonsense.
He does a lot of whinging as well, doesn't he?
They were just talking about earlier on, just suit up a bit.
There was a lot going on in that
game. Come on.
I mean, it's the worst 45 minutes I've seen this season, Spurs-Liverpool. First 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it was dreadful. But don't you think, Tony, as well, players are talking themselves into the book and red cards a lot? I mean, look, I know we've had famous scenes of Manchester United in the past surrounding the referee and that, but you tended not to get booked for that in the past. Now you do, and they still do. Frimpong, yeah. I mean, he was bleeding from that, agreed. But he was just talking himself into it, wasn't he?
And that's why he got replaced.
They're asking to be booked. They're asking to be sent off. Just put a sock in here.
Yeah. Sean, who do you think's going to win the league up the road in Scotland? Say the right thing.
No idea. It will probably end up being a Celtic or a Rangers. I bet you it does, because it always does in the end, doesn't it?
Yeah,
doesn't it?
Well, it is normally, yes, but Hearts, it could be today if they beat Rangers, and Celtic have Aberdeen, and Nancy's not won a game in 4.
And who was the one who said Carlisle is Scotland?
Oh, Nancy, he said he said, I do know Scotland because I nearly signed for Carlisle, and I went, please stop talking.
We could say that about Newcastle, couldn't we?
We always used to have to debate about Berwick Rangers. Was it English?
Sean, thank you very much.
Cheers.
With us at 10 o'clock with Henry Winter on the Sunday edition as ever. Let's turn our attention now to Villa Park. 4:30 this afternoon, a huge Premier League game before Christmas. Aston Villa could win 7 consecutive Premier League games for the first time. When they host Man United this afternoon, it looks very possible a win today could firmly put Villa in a title picture with the likes of Arsenal and Manchester City. Let's get into this one now with Villa legend, former midfielder Ian Taylor. Good morning, Ian.
Ian.
Morning, Shebahn. Morning, Cass.
Ian, what's it like going back to Villa Park and being an ex-player at this period in time, Ian? Because, look, from the outside, I haven't been to Villa for a while, but it looks like it's absolutely rocking.
Well, it's about time you got back down, Cass, isn't it? Eh?
He's a stranger.
Firstly, can I comment on your glasses?
Yes.
They're a bit rascal, they are, mate.
Yeah. I get some people say, I love your glasses, and others go, oh, you look like Dame Everidge, or you look like Christopher Biggins or Elton John. And I don't know. I just like the wacky side. It's the edge, having a bit of an edge.
Anyway. No, but getting back to Villa, mate, honestly, the manager has created such an atmosphere at Villa Park, and since he came in, he wanted to make Villa Park a fortress, and he's certainly done that. It's one of the things he's concentrated on the most, and always includes the fans in everything he says. And yeah, we're on a great run at the moment. Man United today, which is always a massive game, but at Villa Park, we just think we're invincible at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, when I've seen Villa a good few times where I come away thinking, look, we could say Morgan Rogers could become a superstar, but I feel like it's not a superstar team as in the way that they work. Watching John McGinn chase every fullback, and then likewise Morgan Rogers, when he's asked to do a job, chase people past. Everyone's putting a shift in for the team.
Yeah, I think everybody's clued into what the manager wants. He's got the message across, no doubt, to all the players, and it's not just a first 11. It's the whole squad who's contributed. You know, players like Marlon, players like Buendia, who have come in and done brilliant jobs for the team, and they're all clued into it. They're all tuned in, and it's a great squad mentality.
Yeah. Do you know, we heard Rory Jennings, keen to get your thoughts on this, Ian, saying that had Arsenal been able to hang on or kept Unai Emery and not got rid of him, would they have won the league by now?
Probably. I think he is one of the top managers on the planet, and we're so lucky to have him. I think the Villa fan base, at first it was, you know, the way he wanted to play and everything. It was heart attack kind of stuff that we weren't kind of used to. But now he's got the fans on board, he's got the team on board, he's got everybody on board with the way he wants to play, and it's coming to fruition. And you know, we're in a great position in the table at the moment, kind of going under the radar until you guys call people like me up. And, but yeah, we're enjoying the ride at the moment, and the way he's balancing the Premier League with Europa League as well, he's using the whole squad, and it's been fantastic.
Yeah, Man United coming obviously today. I think you've got the legs on them physically. I think you can, you know, really commit in midfield areas and put pressure, because you're not people like Tielemans. Tielemans, by the way, has done unbelievably well, hasn't he, Ian? You know, like for the player that left Leicester, he feels a way more complete player now.
Well, you look at our midfield, you look at Kamara, you look at Tielemans,
Kamara,
two free transfers, Cass.
Yeah.
2 free transfers, and it's fantastic business for the football club, and they've been 2 mainstays in the team. We've got so many players that can be adaptable and move around that front 4 or 5, and yeah, the manager's juggled the team around, and it's been great. Like I said, Villa Park, going to for a home supporter these days, it's been fantastic because we hardly lose a game.
Yeah, that's why I think just that is the upper hand for Villa today. Just being at Villa Park, it's an absolute fortress. The fans are loving every minute of it. I think that might be where Man United struggle today.
Well, it's a tough game for United. They're going to have to be at their best, because one thing you know about the Villa, you're going to have to earn the right all over the pitch, in every position. Villa are going to challenge you, make it difficult.
Yeah. Ian, do you truly believe that they're in a title race? Villa?
We're in the position to be, aren't we? Yeah. We've beaten Man City, we've beaten Arsenal. Yeah. We're capable of beating anyone in the division. So why not? Why not?
Just imagine.
You've got a dream, haven't you? And you're in football to win, aren't you? So and do as well as you can. So the players in the dressing room will be thinking, we've got a chance, because we
keep winning games.
Yeah, I've been there as well, and you keep winning games, the confidence keeps flowing, and you go into every game thinking we can win this. Yeah. So why not?
And you look at the Europa League as well. I mean, it's Unai Emery's competition, isn't it? Just imagine, where you are right now in the table, but also possibly winning a Europa League if that happens for Aston Villa this season. What an incredible time, eh?
Yeah, he's done it. He's been there and done it, hasn't he? Yeah. And like I said before, he's been balancing the squad and getting through the games. We've been winning in that competition, and before you know it, you're in quarterfinals, aren't you? And challenging to win the trophy. So why not?
Yeah, and you've heard my little fun stat, Ian, haven't you? Villa, Sevilla, Villarreal, Aston Villa. They've all got Villa in it. maybe it's Unai time for Aston Villa.
You're getting up there with the Stranger Things theory.
I'm trying to think of another place he could go.
Keeps me up at night. Ian Taylor, thank you so much.
Ian,
what's your prediction for today before we let you go?
2-0 Villa.
Okay, Merry Christmas, sir, when it comes. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas, Ian Taylor there. Villa legend. Just imagine Villa won the league.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be part of that, only for a short stint when they nearly won it back in 1990 season.
Yeah.
We were in with a chance of winning.
Just
91. I don't know.
Absolute informed team. Today could be 7 consecutive Premier League wins going into Christmas.
Yeah. It's been brilliant. But look, Midlands football, we've obviously know what happened with Leicester and, and the success they had in 2016. Midlands football has been battling against the major leagues, the Northwest, and obviously with London as well over the last few decades. It's really, really tough.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how this one goes today. 4:30, Aston Villa host Manchester United in the Premier League. All of the updates coming for you on Game Day Live with Sam Matterface this afternoon. Coming up for you next, we're going to do a little bit of the Court of Arbitration for talkSPORT with Cass.
It's the most beautiful time of the year. Lights fill the streets, spreading so much cheer. I should be playing in the winter snow, but
Christmas song. It's the last show before Christmas.
I don't want to miss out on the
What are you saying? You're not a Bieber fan? What's your problem? Oh, Grinch over there.
It's not really a Christmas song, though, is it?
Under the mistletoe.
No, this is not proper.
He's dancing around in the snow.
No,
Didn't get any more festive.
Justin Bieber, he's had loads of hits, but it isn't for a Christmas song.
You know what? It's Baby Gabs. God love him. Right, he's covering Sam for sick because Sam's gone down under. So watch England get beaten in the Ashes and see his wife while he's there. And Baby Gabs loves this song.
It's never a Christmas song for me.
Such an average.
I don't care if it's
song,
called
Gabs.
something. What's it called again?
Under the Mistletoe.
Under the Mistletoe.
He's like, it's not festive. Many would argue that. This is Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne and former Marseille striker Tony Cascarino. It's time now for this.
26k for 2026 on talkSPORT.
Get so here it is. Merry Christmas. We'll get that for the end of the show. The man is working his way up to Christmas, and we are working you up to the new year. We could be giving you a massive £26,000 to start 2026. This is absolutely incredible. Our biggest cash giveaway yet, 26k for 2026. Here's how you can get involved. Text the word WIN to 83338. Texts are £2.50 plus your one standard network rate. Or you can call this number, jot this down, 0343 423 9761. That's 0343 423 9761. Your lines close at 12 o'clock on the 9th of January, and then we'll need to call you that day, so keep your phone on loud. Don't be silencing us that day. And then if you answer, you're in with a chance to win. It's UK residents only, 18 plus. It's a network promotion. Our full terms and conditions are on our website, talksport.com/win. Text the word WIN, WIN, to 83338 now, or call 0343 423 9761. Good luck to you on that. Okay, we've got a little bit of time left, so let's do a little bit of this.
Setting the record straight. The court of arbitration for talkSPORT. Calling Tony Cascarino.
Right, court in session. This is Cass. We ask our very own Tony Cascarino to cast his judgment over some of the most controversial questions in sport and decide their fate. So the brand new talkSPORT Daily podcast is available now. It's Angelina Kelly, Alex Crook, Rory Jennings, Adrian Durham and Gabby Agbon-Lahore bringing you the 12 hot takes of Christmas. You can listen to it now, and there are some hot takes in there indeed. 3 of our wisest presenters and pundits each deliver 1 hot take per episode. There's 3 huge opinions every day. Here's a sneaky preview of what you can expect, because Gabby Agbon-Lahore says Wolves are the worst team in Premier League history. Would you say that's a hot take, or sadly is that just a fact right now?
Well, so far it's pretty damning, but it's a case. And interestingly, in the paper by Tom Colomosi. He says Matt Doherty has challenged his Wolves teammates to prove they are not cowards as they close in the unwanted Premier League record. So he's been very damning on the bravery of this team and show that they've got the commitment to try and get points on the board and fight to the very end. Because as we stand today, they are the worst team with 2 points nearly halfway through the season. So, yeah.
Can't shake that off. 27th of December, they've got Liverpool. 30th of December, Man United's at Old Trafford.
It's hard to see them winning a game.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Where do they pick up points from here?
Well, you always get really shock results. And Rob Edwards is getting an unwanted record himself. How many's he gone through now? Is it eight games?
Is it 8 already?
Yeah, something like 8.
I mean, I feel for him because, they've lost so many key players. They've not put those players back into the club. He's a good manager, Rob Edwards. And do you know what? It was the Arsenal game they actually put on a pretty decent performance.
Yeah, and lost. But look,
and lost again.
The bigger picture is they're so poor this year. They've been so poor.
Worst team in Premier League history?
Well, as we stand today, yes. Yeah. But they've got to prove by the end of the season they aren't the worst team. But that's by getting results and performances and surpassing Derby.
Yeah.
Who had the worst points return.
Yeah. Let's focus on what's coming up tomorrow, Monday Night Football here on talkSPORT. Fulham take on Nottingham Forest. Who are you favouring in this one, Cass?
That's a draw. That stinks of a draw for me.
Not a wee Sean Dyche win.
Well, he's done what was on the tin. Well, he was called into Nottingham Forest to do a job, and they've got a number of points, and he's got them out the bottom three. Okay, they're sitting at 17th, but they've got a bit of a gap on West Ham, 5 points, and a game in hand. So if they get something, I wouldn't be surprised they get a draw today.
Fulham are in 15th. They've lost a number of players to AFCON. They've got 20 points. Forest are in 17th on 18 points. That game is tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Villa, Manchester United. Prediction, please, sir.
I'm with Ian Taylor. I think Villa will win.
Okay. 2-0?
Win 2-1, 2-0.
Amazing story, though. Amazing story for Aston Villa. Right, we're going to sign off. This man's going to get his way now. Can we play the song? Go on, DJ.
Christmas!
There we go.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
What's Miss Cascarino getting you?
I don't know. It's meant to be a surprise, isn't it?
Oh, the Aston in an really perfume. Do men get perfume? What's an aftershave?
Yeah, aftershave.
New pants, because you need them.
Socks, pants, aftershave. And I'm sure she's bought me a top or something.
And I imagine you're going to be slaving away in the Christmas in the kitchen.
No, Christmas Day, out. Yeah.
Where are you going?
My sisters.
Oh, lovely.
Because my mum's moved in with my sister, so she's taking care of her, and we're going to my sisters, which will be lovely.
So you'll be doing the dishes.
9 of us.
You'll be doing.
I'll do whatever anyone asks me. I don't mind.
Right,
I'll get my hands dirty.
Yeah.
Except cook any food.
Yeah. Stay away from that. We're going to burn the foods. Cass, Merry Christmas when it comes.
And you have a good time.
Thank you so much.
Where you going, Dubai?
Yeah. And I'll see you in the new year.
It's tough, isn't it?
Shut up. I've been a good girl this year. Tony Cascarino, Merry Christmas to you. You're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT, and of course the Sunday edition is on the way next.